Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
I suppose we should get going.
Yeah!
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, hey there. Good morning. Welcome to Friday, guys. We made it. August 3rd.
Yeah.
Dex, Steve-O, live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
I mean, that is us.
What's going on, everybody?
It's Friday.
Party Horn Friday!
Dude, you kick off the show that way, and you know who's calling in this morning.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Oh. I was wondering about old Broadster.
Yeah, Broadmeister. People have been asking about him. He's good. He's fine. He's enjoying the summer.
Been sleeping in?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah? Does he get up in the morning and watch cartoons?
He does.
Yeah? Oh.
I got a new Apple TV for my birthday, and so now he has the ability to grab the remote and go, "Hey, Siri, put on this show." Oh, my bad. Sorry, my iPad's freaking out.
Oh, no.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the other one.
What would you give right now if you could travel back in time and snuggle up on the couch with your blankie and watch cartoons? What would you give?
Nothing.
Is there what? You wouldn't?
No, dude. Why would I do that when I can do that now as a grown-up and still afford all the luxuries?
It's not
yes, it
even
is.
close
Yesterday,
to being
Brody
this.
and I
way, dude.
went to a store that shall remain nameless.
Yep.
We spent like 45 minutes in the toy aisles.
Which food do you like?
Just going up and down the toy aisles and like loving everything.
He's spoiled.
Saw some new X-Men toys. We didn't buy a single thing.
Oh.
You play in the toy aisle.
You play in the toy
Yeah,
aisle?
it's free, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're killing time.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking out the new line of Transformers and
Nice,
X-Men
nice,
toys.
nice,
and
nice.
Oh, so great.
Yeah.
You know when I couldn't do that? When I was a kid on the couch.
Oh. Yeah, that's different.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, huh? Yeah,
I'd much rather be an adult on the couch.
No way. Oh.
With the
Not
blanket.
even. Not even, man. Oh, that's some of the best times, man. Just like you're all cold and you got your blanket.
Yeah, you can still do that. Who are you?
Yeah, but when you're little, it's better.
What?
You know, you don't have any problems. You know, this life hasn't happened yet. You know, things like you're just so pure and innocent, and you're just sitting there watching these Saturday morning cartoons, trying to learn the lesson from them. And
Dude, our boy Joe just chimed in and said, "Ninja Turtles all day, man!"
Yeah, dude.
I just posted. Oh, I don't think I posted it, actually. I took a picture. I meant to post it. I've been kind of nostalgic, too. I created this entire area in my, I have a record room, like my vinyl room, where I put all my fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a little, like, quote-unquote shrine area to this very thing you're talking about.
Idols that you worship.
Transformers, Thundercats, Star Wars, original Leonardo Ninja Turtle on the motorcycle. Metalhead. I got a little Masters of the Universe Orko in there. Oh, guys.
Brody, you better not touch. You better not. Don't you do it,
dude.
Brody.
I
Brody, don't you touch them. Don't you do it. Get away from there. Okay.
I had to put them up high, seriously, because it's like my Slave One, which is Boba Fett's
Slave
ship.
One?
Yeah,
you have a Slave One.
Yeah,
I think you need to rename that.
Boba Fett ship.
You need to
I
rename
got a
that.
Rancor from Return of the Jedi.
Wow.
Toys are expensive these days, so if there's a reason why I'd go back in time, it'd be for that. I have a cute little Gamorrean guard. It's a little pig-nosed guy from Return of the Jedi. They released a new one, and we were at the store yesterday, and they happened to have it. And I was like, dude, I'm totally buying this. And I went and boop, little price scanner thing for a little toy. How much do you think? Little action figure, little Star Wars action figure.
$7.
Right? You would think something like that.
Yeah.
And when we were kids, you thought toys were expensive?
Right.
Boop. $29.
Oh my gosh. What? $29?
And I was going, what has happened?
You still bought it, didn't you?
No, of course not.
Okay.
That's stupid. No one should spend that much money on toys.
Stupid says what?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Totally didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's coming from a guy who has probably millions of dollars worth of toys in his house. Millions, guys.
Okay.
Millions.
Joe says, I had every Ninja Turtle toy, weapon, and everything. My mom sold it in a garage sale for $10, the entire collection. Oh,
Mom!
my gosh. Still haven't forgiven her for that one. Still hurts.
You need to forgive your mom.
I will say this. I had a giant collection as well, and I think something similar happened. I seriously only have my original Leonardo. I've got the little motorcycle. Do you remember the motor? It's got like the shell, the motorcycle, and then the original Metalhead because he was my favorite.
Wow. It's so crazy that you hold on to those things.
Dude, I have a Luke Skywalker from Empire.
Wow.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. It was like, oh my gosh, guys. Bunch of G.I. Joes, didn't mention them.
Yeah.
I still have about 40 G.I. Joes.
I had all those, and I'm pretty sure we threw them in the garbage, or maybe they're still down in the basement up in Montana. I'm not sure. Mom, if you could dig those out.
You guys need to if you collected when you were little kids and you had some of those things, because some of them can be valuable these days. I had no idea.
Yeah, I used to when I was a kid. Did you love the smell of action figures? I'd sit there and just go.
You were so weird.
Probably how I don't have very many. What? I'm having a stroke. What?
So
Why am I
weird.
twitching right now? I'm twitching?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost a lot of brain cells as a kid.
Remember the 90s Spider-Man cartoon? That was a good one.
Man. Yeah, it was a good times. Just curling up. Oh, it's so early. The sun's not even up yet. The heater's on. I got my blankie. Mom and Dad are still in bed, and I'm just watching cartoons.
But now we're grown-ups.
No.
Having babies. And speaking of having babies, everyone pray for Brit Romney, who is in labor!
Oh, my gosh. Are you serious?
Yes! Seth just updated us on Facebook Live.
You
Our
better
girl
call
Brit
in.
Is in labor. We need her to call in at some point.
Seth, Britt,
I don't
one of
know
you
that
needs
we
to
have
call
a
in.
long enough delay for her to call in while on labor. Let's be honest.
We need an update, Seth. Give us a call. Phone lines are open, 505-338-3700. That's awesome news.
Yeah.
Yeah, be praying for the McVeys. You know, hopefully the drugs kick in. It'll be okay.
Okay.
You know?
She's going on natural, bro.
She is?
Yeah.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
She's going all natural?
Yeah, natural.
I thought she said that she went all natural last time, and she's like, oh, no.
You know what's funny
Not this
is,
time.
people say that. That was how Chrissy was. It was like, I went natural the first time so I could brag, and now I need drugs. And then she ended up going natural for Luke as well. And
Christy's a different breed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, she's terrifying.
She's grass-fed, you know? She's
Well, she did live on a ranch.
That's what I'm saying.
So
It's a different breed.
Dad was a cattle rancher, so.
Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Oh, my gosh.
Brit!
What is going
It's
on?
Brit.
Hey, how are you feeling?
I just got an epidural.
Yes.
Oh,
You're
okay.
feeling good.
Well, then of course.
You're feeling good.
You're not feeling anything. What do you mean you're feeling good? You're
feeling
feeling
so
numb.
good.
I'm so numb inside.
Talk to us.
Don't know what to do.
Oh, my gosh. You guys seriously have no idea.
Yeah?
So last night, Seth went to get us little Anita's, and then I was, like, getting some contractions, and so I was laying on the couch. And then we went to bed, and then, my water broke.
Oh, the water broke. The water
Hey,
broke.
I'm eating breakfast, dude. No need.
At
no
first,
need.
at first, I thought I just peed myself.
Well, sure.
Okay,
That's
well,
what you think. I just peed myself.
Made it weird.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Britt, so many people are chiming in right now on Facebook, on YouTube, on the live line, throwing out prayers to you today.
Thank you.
Oh,
You
you're
were
gonna do great.
our hero until you got an epidural, and then it's like, psh, easy peasy. You know what I'm saying?
So
I
far,
know, dude.
is the
No,
experience
let
better?
me tell you.
Yes, go ahead, Britt.
No, dude, this experience has been way worse than Jacob's.
What?
Mm.
Is it Seth?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Seth? Is he not stepping up to the game?
Are you going to name the baby
No.
not Jakin?
Not Jacob. Jarrett, middle name, not Jacob.
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 2, the Deuce. That's what you'll call him. My second one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for this epidural to kick in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, so
Well,
thanks, guys, so much for thinking of me.
well, duh.
That's awesome. That's great news. And we
Yeah.
need you or Seth to be calling us throughout the the morning.
Yeah,
Keep
we
us
need the-
updated. We need play by
We
play.
need everything.
You know, people.
Well, I'm
wanna-
going to be probably pushing a watermelon out, so I'm sure Seth can maybe give you updates.
right.
I was about to say a word, but then I just remembered we might get sued.
Yeah,
So.
don't get us sued.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Good.
So when does the surprise announcement that you're actually naming the baby after us come? Like, when does that announcement happen?
No, never.
Never. Okay.
Fine.
All right.
That's fine.
Well, Britt, we love you. We're praying for you.
I mean,
Would it sound? Oh.
Oh, easy.
huh? Wait.
Oh.
Just breathe.
No, it's
Oh.
I got you.
breathe it through.
We
Britt.
we
You
believe
got
in you.
this. You got
You
this,
good? You
Britt.
good?
You got this.
Was that a big one? Were you timing?
Oh.
Were you not timing?
yeah, bro.
Just breathe. Just breathe. I could finally breathe. Yeah,
So-
you can do it. You can do it. Just breathe.
You got this. It'll pass. It'll pass.
Wait, are you supposed to suck in first?
Is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Seth breathing with you right now?
Yeah. Is he even doing anything? Is he doing anything?
Hand the phone to Seth.
Yeah. What is this? What is this? He's Facebooking right now.
Yeah. Give
Brett,
the
Both
phone
of
to
you
Seth.
guys are awful.
What?
Wait,
Both
what are you
of you
talking about?
awful.
What are you talking about? We're trying to help you. At least
I'm
we're helping
so
you.
glad that I'm so glad neither of you are here
But
being my coaches
Seth-
because
Seth
that
is-
was awful.
Seth is Facebooking, and we're trying to help you.
Yeah.
Like, what do you
Is
mean?
he holding your hand right now?
Maybe
What is he doing?
Seth can come do the show, and then we will go
Yes.
hang out with you and help you.
Yep.
I've
You
done
guys, I
3
was
times.
in pain and Seth was on the couch taking a nap.
Oh,
Oh
my
my-
gosh. Seth!
He's fired.
Seth, you
What
get your butt
is
up right now
wrong
and you
with
get
him?
by your wife.
Hey, and then you know what he says when he wakes up? He tells me and my mom, "I've never stayed up all night before."
Oh my gosh. Seth.
Listen, Britt, we love you. We're here for you. Sort of. We have a show to do, so we can't really,
Yep. But you know,
commit a
hey,
whole lot of time.
you call us when you need us, okay? If Seth's not there, you call us.
That's right. We're
Okay,
here
thanks,
for
guys.
you.
Okay.
Hey, we
Appreciate
love
that.
you. We love you, and you're gonna be amazing.
You
Do
got this,
amazing
girl. You
things.
got this.
Believe in you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh man, the McVeys.
I panicked. I forgot all of the things.
You forgot
I
all
forgot
of
all
the
the things. It's been a minute. It was like you're supposed to tell him to breathe. Where are the ice chips? What else?
Oh man, yeah. When she started having the
I went
contraction,
in PTSD. kicked in.
exactly.
Yes,
That's how I felt. I was like, oh man, it all was like coming back to me, like
Yeah.
that experience.
Oh!
Oh,
Okay, well, guys, we're gonna have to take a break. We're gonna tear down all the equipment and go set up at the hospital. We're going live.
broadcasting live.
That's not happening.
Oh man, that's
That
really
is
cool.
not happening.
Yeah, it's tough because there's not a whole lot the husband can do
Yeah.
except be there to love and support mama as she gives birth. You know, hold her hand,
That's right.
rub her shoulders, rub her feet. You know, and just.
Mm-hmm.
But Seth, get off your phone, okay?
No.
Yes.
We need updates on Facebook.
Okay, that's
Facebook
fine.
is going crazy.
It's fine. You can do quick updates.
The amount
but
of people chiming in like tripled.
I get it. I get it, though. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
But Seth,
Mhm.
you need to be giving Britt the attention she deserves.
Wow, what a Friday. Am I right?
Yeah. So
Woo.
great.
Party Horn Friday.
Party Horn Friday, guys. Welcome to it. Big show today, man. Coming up at 7 for you early birds, we got a treat.
Yeah, we
Mr.
do.
Sam Swan going to
Love
be
this
joining
dude.
us. He usually comes in at 8. But we have some special guests coming in at 9.
Yep.
All the way from Kansas. We have some Starmy members that traveled 13 hours to Albuquerque
To like have lunch with us.
to have lunch with
Like a
us.
bunch of weirdos.
That's
And
no
we
joke.
weren't murdered yesterday.
Yeah, we thought we might die, but no. Turns out they're amazing people, and they're going to be joining us in the 9 o'clock hour.
I can't wait. They're really cool.
Yeah, Rebecca and Nathan are going to be joining us. All right, we're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. You guys can hang out with us. You can hang out while Britt Romney gives birth. We'll be getting updates from her. Just got her epidural about 10 minutes ago, so should be feeling pretty good here.
Pray for Brit and Seth, but really just Brit, but also Seth. He might die.
He might die today.
But with the death of a friend comes a new birth of a child.
That's right.
We will miss you, Sethry. We will care for your seed as he grows, and we'll tell all the stories about you.
All right, we got to take a break.
Yeah.
We're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang out with us.
A supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
We are broken people looking to other broken people to fix our broken lives. We are glory deficient people looking to other glory deficient people to supply us with glory. I read this statement and it jarred me. Most Christians have not rejected God, they have just reduced him. We add God, if we're not careful, to our circle of friends. We make him one among many. We take good things and we make them God things. And we wonder why our faith doesn't work. According to J.D. Greer, Christianity makes a terrible hobby. The God of the Bible demands our highest allegiance, our total adoration, and our unconditional obedience.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM. Here's a quote from D.L. Moody. The best way to show that a stick is crooked is not to argue about it or spend time denouncing it, but to lay a straight stick alongside it. That's a solar flare on Star 88.
I love when it's raining, the way it hits the pavement and bounces onto your skin. Yeah, I just wanna be it. Say you wanna get out of here, somewhere where the skies are clear.
Jesus is our king, but do you treat him like royalty? Here's Tim Keller on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
No earthly king can completely justify the fury of the threats, and no earthly king can completely justify the glory of the promises. The language, you might say, of Psalm 2 spills out over its banks. You know, if Psalm 2 is a river, the language comes up over top of it. And the things that are said about this king, this anointed one, are far too great to really be confined to any earthly king. As a matter of fact, in verse 2, where it says, the kings of the earth take their stand against the Lord and his anointed one, in Hebrew, you know what the word anointed one is? Mashiach. The kings of the earth they conspire against the Lord and his Messiah.
That's the PowerPoint with Tim Keller on Star 88.
Hey, what's going on in the news today?
Robert Mueller's team has reportedly offered the White House new options for an interview with President Trump that could limit some questions or accept some answers in writing.
19 states are suing the Trump administration to block its proposed rollback of tougher mileage requirement for cars.
Ohio State University's head football coach, Urban Meyer, is on paid administrative leave.
Apple becomes the first publicly traded company to be worth $1 trillion.
Law enforcement agencies in Northern California are moving to crack down on looting in neighborhoods evacuated in the face of the car fire.
The coroner's report is in on Art Bell, the former syndicated radio host. His death apparently due to an accidental overdose of prescription drugs.
The Israeli military says it has targeted a group of ISIS militants crossing into the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights.
Chrysler is recalling popular Ram pickup trucks.
These pickups have tailgates that can open while the trucks are moving.
Pope Francis has changed the Catholic Church's teaching on the death penalty. The Church's new policy says capital punishment is inadmissible under all circumstances.
Coming up, 7 a.m., Sam Swan. He'll be joining us for a couple hours until 9 o'clock, and then we have a couple guests joining us from Kansas, Rebecca and Nathan. You'll hear their story at 9.
To our girl, Brit. Ready? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's three
he's and one who. One big ol' who.
Okay, got that, Seth?
All right, guys, we had our boy, Steve Ryman. He's had like 19 kids.
Mm-hmm.
They were like hippies. They did it at home, like in bathtubs and stuff.
That's crazy.
And he's just like, guys. And we're like, we got this in case we need to leave.
Do you think they purchased like one of those little pools, those plastic pools, you know, instead of the bathtub? Even you seen that? That's how they do it.
What?
Yeah, you get those little kiddie pools.
Okay, no.
I'm serious, bro.
I believe you.
Because you have more room.
Literally a kid pool.
Yeah, like a kid pool. Yeah. That thing goes flying out, just whoosh, shoots out. Have you ever seen a dolphin or a whale give birth? They shoot right out, man, like going down a water slide.
If you guys are just joining us, please pray for our girl, Brit Romney. She is in labor.
Heck yeah, man.
And she still was awesome enough to call us.
Yeah, she's like having a contraction, and she's like,
ah! We're like, ah!
And Seth's on his phone, like Facebooking us, and like on his news feed, just hanging out.
We'll miss him.
Talking about how he's never
really
stayed
miss
up
him.
all night before.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Gosh, he was a great friend. He really was.
He's going to get murdered.
Yeah, so it'll be sad. But, you know, as Paul said, when God closes the door, he then opens up a new McVeigh child.
Yes.
So, yes. Yep. So it'll be good. It'll be cool, man.
Yep.
You know? It'll be great. It'll be great.
Seth will live on.
Yeah.
Through his sons.
Yes. That's right.
Is that biblical? Is that in the Bible?
Sure, man. Sure.
Sounds like it should be.
Totes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting, man. It really is.
Yeah.
We got a huge show today. You guys can chime in 505-338-3700 is the number to call in. We also have a live line you can text in. It's a number.
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. Already had a member of the Stormy chime in. A little more excited that they get to hear Sam because they listened earlier. They said, once a month, can you guys make Sam and Phoenix come in at like 6 so I can hear them?
We should do that. That's
just
a good idea.
Change up the times.
Yeah.
You know, we have this magical thing called on demand.
Yeah, that's what's funny about it. A lot of people don't. I think I think we just automatically think, you know what, they can listen to us whenever, which maybe they can if they have a smartphone. Some people don't know how to use the smartphone.
Yeah.
Some people don't know how to find a podcast, or some people don't even have smartphones. People are still hanging out on that flip phone.
By the way, for those who are curious, our boy Seth McVeigh, who his wife's in labor right now, he is the youth pastor at Western Heights. There still will be youth tonight.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Is
Kids pastor's going to be teaching.
Oh, okay.
So.
I was like,
they're still youth. They won't be there.
It's like, babe, sorry, I have to take care of this. Right?
God put a word on my heart, and that word is I got to go to work. So I got to go.
Yeah.
You'll be good. It's baby number 2. It's easier. I'm out. Yeah.
Not good, man.
And
Not
then we
good.
never heard from Seth ever again.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
All right, this is pretty cool. There's a couple new shows on Fox that are coming out. Do you like those singing shows? The Voice.
Sure.
American Idol.
Yeah.
Nobody watches that anymore. Fox just announced a new show, actually 2 bizarre new shows.
Okay.
The first one is The Masked Singer. It's hosted by Nick Cannon.
Oh, my gosh.
And here's how it works.
This looks stupid.
It will feature a cast of celebrities who sing in disguises. They'll all wear elaborate costumes, including full face masks. Then there's a show panel. There's show panelists. There's Ken. How do you say his
King
name?
Jong.
King Jong. Jenny McCarthy. Nicole Scherzinger. Who's that?
Man.
Who's Nicole Scherzinger?
You don't know. You know who she is.
Robin Thicke. So you got this panel of judges, and they have to try to guess who the celebrity is.
Coming soon. A top secret celebrity singing competition.
This
will
is
have
stupid.
Everyone asking who
There's something incredibly special about you.
is
You got me thrown off.
the Masked Singer.
Dude, yes.
Okay, I gotta say this. I gotta say this. The people under the masks aren't like unknowns. It's not like The Voice where they just have to hear them. They are secret celebrities who have collectively 65 Grammy nominations, 16 multi-platinum albums, 16 Emmy nominations, 9 Broadway shows, 4 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and 4 Super Bowl titles.
Wow.
Seriously, this sounds stupid awesome.
I'm so freaking confused right now.
Yeah.
I don't know who I am.
The international music sensation comes to Fox.
Under these masks, we have Grammy winners, Emmy winners, and Hall of Fame players.
A weekly competition that will have audiences and our celebrity panel guessing.
You look very dashing for someone in a straitjacket.
I'm in.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and I can't wait to watch it.
I know, right? Seriously.
Seriously, I'm just going to be watching going, is it John Legend? I hope it's John Legend!
I feel like I know that voice.
Well, yeah.
Who is that? Who do you think that is? It's gotta be
John
one of
Legend?
That's not John Legend.
Who is that?
To date you.
I can't believe this. I can't believe you sucked me into a stupid show. I can't believe this.
You want to know who it is. You're like, I know that voice. Oh, take off the costume. I need to know.
Speaking of TV shows, Lillian just chimed in from Astoria, New York. Hey, that's awesome. Take us with you. Last Man Standing has new seasons coming out. Huh? See, Yesenia said the same thing I thought when I heard that voice. It was like, is that Lady Gaga?
Yeah, I know, right?
Is that Gaga?
I don't know if it's Gaga.
Is that Beyonce?
You know she's probably going to be on the show.
Of course. That would be so... Oh,
Christina Aguilera.
don't
all the
show
top
me
ones.
anymore. I don't want to see anymore.
They don't show who the celebrities are.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Idea who any of these singers are. Some of them may be friends. Some of them I may have met.
I love Nick Cannon.
Okay.
I've been waiting for him to pop back up somewhere.
Are you kidding me?
One of my favorite,
favorite so
hosts.
weird.
Love that guy. Yeah, it's called The Masked Singer. hosted by Nick Cannon.
Oddest show.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, oddest show.
There's another show coming out on Fox called Mental Samurai. It's hosted by Rob Lowe, and it's described as an obstacle course for the mind. This one will probably have to, you'll have to see to understand, but according to Fox, the contestants will answer questions while, quote, being transported around the set at high speeds in a specially designed capsule that can rotate 360 degrees. I'm in!
You know who needs to be on that show? Brian Nixon.
Yes.
We need B-Nix to get on that show. Can we sign him up?
I wonder.
Can we somehow sign him up? He is a brilliant mind. I would love to see him even just in a roller coaster trying to talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how he'd handle that because he's so chill. Has he ever even been on a roller coaster? Has he ever even been on an airplane?
I don't know.
He travels by train.
He does travel by train.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yep. And probably phone booth. He's like Doctor Who.
No way, bro. He's Rufus, and we're Bill and Ted. It's amazing.
Yeah, I guess this will test these smart people with categories of knowledge, memory, numbers, and sequencing. But players will also have to contend with being transported around the set at high speeds. Yeah, Rob Lowe's going to be hosting it. It sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, good job, Fox. Way to go. Coming out with a couple new shows. Awesome.
Man, we have like a bunch of people chiming in right now talking about Last Man Standing coming back on Fox. Speaking of Fox.
Yeah, that is coming back.
That was a show that was canceled.
Mm-hmm. And we know why.
Libs,
the
bro.
libs, man.
The libs, bro. And their agenda, dog.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a nice conservative show anymore.
That's true.
Fox was like, watch this. And they did it, guys.
When's the last time you watched Home Improvement with Tim Allen?
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
We've been watching it at the Petersons.
That's so weird to me.
And it's such a great show. I forgot just how great that show was.
Yeah.
It was so good for the family. It always had a good message. You know, Tim Allen, he always played just this idiot knucklehead who always, injured himself. But there was always a good family lesson to be learned. They don't make shows like that anymore, man. I don't know. Did you ever watch Last Man Standing?
I have never seen it.
It was actually pretty good. It was a really good show.
Yeah.
I think I watched the first couple seasons. You guys can hang out with us. We're on YouTube and Facebook Live at Star 88 FM. All right, let's talk about a sunflower farm in Canada. You know how we're always saying that taking selfies and social media is not helping the world? It's actually destroying us. It's destroying our souls. It really is. It's chipping away at our souls, guys. Social media. Just taking those selfies every day. You got to find the perfect perfect selfie. So you got to find the perfect background, and you got to, oh man, I'm at somebody please get out of the way. The lighting's perfect. I need to get the perfect selfie. That's how we are, right?
Pretty much, which is really bad.
Well, there's a sunflower farm in Mill Grove, Ontario, Canada. A few weeks ago, they came up with a new idea to make money. They'd charge $5.75 for people to come to their farm to take Instagram selfies with their sunflowers. Great plan. Brilliant plan. Their sunflower fields are amazing. Here, check this out. I got to show you a picture. Look at these sunflower fields. I mean, you look at
like an endless
flow of yellow sunflowers. It's beautiful. So, of course, people are like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect spot to take a selfie. Let's do it. Within a week, things started turning pretty dark. The crowds overwhelmed the staff and started trampling the fields. They caused traffic jams. Hundreds, possibly thousands of people were storming the farm without paying. People are getting into car accidents.
Oh, my gosh.
They were fighting over spots. I mean, this is supposed to be a place where you're supposed to get the perfect family photo, the perfect selfie. No. That's not what happened. So the owners, they had to ban all visitors from the farm. And they're still getting into arguments with people who are showing up hoping to take selfies. Wow. And here's the worst part. Sunflowers are really fragile, and if the leaves are damaged, they can die prematurely. So when the farm harvests their flowers in a few months, their crop could be way short. So it's just it's doomed, man. The sunflower farm is doomed because of stupid people with smartphones. You know what? Who's with me? Let's throw him in the garbage. Right now. Sorry, Mom. I know you just got on his phone.
No, we're not doing that.
Throw him in the garbage.
Not doing that right now.
You know
Definitely not doing that.
It's killing us, man. It's
Just
killing the
not doing
sunflowers.
that. No.
Who knows? It's probably giving us cancer. We have no idea.
We don't know. So stop saying that.
Yeah, I bet. Bet we do. You know, this is what's crazy about it. You know, here's this sunflower farm trying to do something cool for people. And instead, these idiots show up and it's chaos.
Why you got to resort to name calling?
Well, that's what they are.
Why?
I don't understand why we can't live in peace. What was that? Let's throw that up. What was that verse you threw out?
Romans
yesterday?
12.
Romans 12.
So much as it depends upon you, try and live at peace with one another.
I wish there was photos of all the chaos. All they have is these photos of the beautiful sunflower farm.
Yeah.
I want to see what it looks like now. Give me some before and after photos.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as bad as we think, but I don't know. It's very sad, guys.
Yeah.
Social media is chipping away at our soul.
Wow.
Seth, put it down.
Somebody says, I do not feel bad for them. They literally asked for it. And they did. I like when you said it was, they said, hey, like for $5 or however much it was, you can come take a picture in our field.
Yeah.
I know places, local farms here that charge ridiculous amounts of money just so that you can go take a picture at their farm.
So their problem is that it's too cheap.
Yes.
They didn't charge enough.
Yeah.
But that's people were showing up, and then there were so many people there. They just, you know what? I'm not going to pay. Why would I have to pay? They probably didn't even know. And they just run over. It's like, where was it? The last big photo challenge was to go into, what was that place here in town where people were going over to like the flower section, the fake flower section?
Oh, yeah. At Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Hobby
in there were
Lobby.
like destroying like the area over there.
You hear that, people?
But you can get a beautiful selfie.
Oh, gosh.
You can get a beautiful selfie.
I don't understand. Yeah. Sorry, farmers.
Well, pray for their crops, man, that they come back.
What a crappie
I haven't
situation.
seen-
Oh, my gosh. What did you just say?
What a crappie situation. You know, it's really crappie. Because sunflower crops. Don't dump me, bro.
I just dumped you.
I said crappie.
Such huge sunflowers and in such a big field.
What?
It's beautiful. It's hard for the farmers. And it's.
I'm sorry, are they
when
interviewing
it's a big
Bjork?
crowd,
What
it's
happened?
difficult to manage the crowd too.
We are closed this year, and we don't have any plans for ever opening again. We basically had a flash mob, only with cars, with over 7,000 cars on Highway 6.
Oh, my gosh!
Completely stopping it for 4 kilometers. People were coming from every corner of our farm and just inundating our farm properties so that we had no control whatsoever.
They were going in so deep, like, I don't know, maybe 15 rows of flowers.
Did you hear what he said?
Oh, yeah.
In one day, they had 7,000 cars show up. Those poor people, those poor sunflowers, man. Jeez. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Sorry. Try to do something good for the community, and that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
How's your day going?
You know.
Seth, Brit, how you doing? If you missed it, Brit called us. She's in labor, guys. Her and Seth They're at the hospital as we speak. She got her epidural about 30 minutes ago.
That's right.
So hopefully we'll be hearing from them throughout the morning. Seth, give us a call. Give us an update. Maybe Facebook us and go hang out with us and get updates.
Beautiful.
But did Chrissy's water ever break?
Oh, gosh. Why are we? No, I'm not. This
Did that
is
ever
the
happen?
weirdest conversation. No. You know what? Fine. We'll talk about it. I always felt ripped off.
Why?
Because in the movies, that's what happens, right? They're all like hanging out. So it's like, oh, and then it's a panic. And there's like this mad dash to the hospital. And I'm like, that's exactly what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
No.
I felt the same way.
Never. I got ripped off all
I felt
3
the same
times.
way. Me
all
too.
3 times.
Yep.
Totally ripped off.
Yep. It was doctor always had to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yep. I felt the same
ripped
way, man.
off, guys.
Yeah, you want that
Ripped
moment
off!
where you're like,
I was robbed of a movie moment.
yeah, you're sitting there hanging out, and then all of a sudden your wife's just like, oh my gosh, I
and you're
just
like,
wet myself.
Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh no! And then you're like rushing to the hospital. It's crazy.
You have your like emergency bag ready to go and packed, because
Yeah.
any minute now it could happen. So you grab it and you're like,
I had
get
all
in
of
the car.
that. You had the bag. I was ready to go.
You sling your wife over your shoulder and you're like, yeah, let's go.
Nobody likes hearing Chrissy's stories because it was all like, well, I woke up uncomfortable at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was like, Steven, I think we need to go.
Oh,
and so we got to
she's
the
so
hospital
calm.
about 3:45 a.m., and our babies were born between like 6 and 7 a.m., you know?
Mhm.
Hardest one lasted like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
She's G.I. Jane. That's why. She's terrifying.
Yeah.
She's like, nah, I'm having this baby on my own terms. This is
Mhm.
how it's going to go down. Okay. Cool, man.
Seth said, same here, man. Ripped off. Not as exciting as the movies. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Yep.
Yeah, curmudgeon. So Steve-O believes everything he sees in the movies and on TV?
Yes.
Yeah, it's all real.
Yeah.
Duh.
Obviously, they took real life situations
Yes,
and then
man.
like reenacted them. That's how it works, right? I knew somebody that couldn't watch scary movies because that was their philosophy. If somebody can think of that idea, then you know that it's happened and it's probably happening, or it's going to give them ideas, like sick, demented people ideas to go and perform those evil acts.
That's weird.
So I will not watch scary movies.
Okay.
Well, okay. Right on. I guess. Speaking of movies, guess what opens up in theaters today?
Wait, let me guess. I got nothing.
Christopher Robin.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Prepare yourselves.
Speaking of childhood, I forgot it's August.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Christopher Robin.
Oh, no.
Let's watch
I don't
the
know.
trailer.
We can't. Oh.
I do like a party.
Come on, babe.
What should happen if you forget about me?
Silly old bear.
I would never forget about you.
I could never forget him. How is it all Nostalgia Friday? Am I right? Flashback Friday? Is that what's happening here?
7?
Because you mentioned the fact that, like, what if you could go back and watch, like, Saturday morning
That's
cartoons as a
right.
kid, and then you hear Pooh's voice, and it's like, I want to hug my mom.
I do like a party.
Oh.
What should happen if you forget about me?
Oh, Pooh. Come here, buddy. I got you.
Oh, man.
Come here.
I don't know if I can see this movie,
Come here. I will
dude.
swaddle you, bro.
I really don't know if I can see this movie.
Yeah, I will never, ever, ever watch this movie ever, forever.
You know what's crazy is you're talking about nostalgia as I am on the interwebs looking up what I want to purchase right now.
bro?
So there's a company that is now making classic arcade game cabinets, like back in the day arcades.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is they're only 4 feet tall and they're made with emulators, so it's not like real, but it's like, well, it's still
I'm looking at that price. I'm like, that's pretty good. Have you seen the company that rents them?
Well,
Like
see, I
full-size
have
ones?
one. I still
Does it
have
work,
my
though?
original Asteroids machine. Yeah, one of the buttons sticks, so I need to get in there and like fix everything. But it was my dad's from the
Mm-hmm.
70s. I still have it, and so I want to get it fixed because it's real. I mean,
Yeah.
I have an original arcade
That thing's
machine.
probably worth a lot of money.
Do you know how awful it's been? Like because that was like left to me.
Yeah.
Asteroids, and I've had to move with that thing
that-
so many
yeah,
times.
Exactly.
And it weighs 1,000 pounds.
Mhm.
Like, thanks, Dad. Thanks for thinking of me.
It's pretty cool, though, man.
Ah,
It's pretty cool.
left me a super sweet arcade machine.
So
It
the
weighs
ones,
1 billion pounds.
the ones you were just showing me, they're like for Brody size, basically.
Yeah, they're like 4 feet tall.
About 4 feet tall. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
You going to get one, dude?
I mean,
yeah. All right, we got to take a break. Good morning, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios, our boy Sam Swan going to be joining us in the 7 o'clock hour. 7 and 8 o'clock hour. He's going to be here, guys. 9 o'clock, we have a couple Starmy members from Kansas that drove down to hang out with us. They drove 13 hours.
It's going to be awesome.
You don't want to miss it. That's coming up at 9. You guys can chime in, 505-338-3700. We also have a live line you can text in. What's that number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
Also hanging out on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. Kevin, good morning. What's happening? Matthew. Oko Ryu, what's going on? Good morning, Kim. Jarrett. All right, we'll be right back. Hang out.
Evangel Christian Academy is a private school that is Christ-centered for tomorrow's leaders. With affordable tuition, small classes, a great sports program, and a secure facility, Evangel strives to equip students for the work God has for them. Our high school utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our academy campus taught by our staff. Evangel uses a leadership-driven and individualized learning model to help prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. To further speak to individual students with various circumstances, we have a Christian-focused online homebound program for up to 20 students, grade 6 through 12. For more information about our programs, grade K through 12, please call 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
Tony Evans. This is a Star 88 Supernova.
Too tired to pray? Too distracted to read your Bible? You have to drag yourself to church. That's because you're dealing with an empty soul. You have grown spiritually weary. And no matter how hard you look, you can't find God. You read the Psalms, most of which written by David, and you see a man who is regularly spiritually drained. Oh, my soul, he says in Psalm 42, why are you so disquieted within me? Oh, my soul, why are you so dry? Desert, as the deer pants after a water brook, looking for something to quench its thirst, so my soul looks for you.
That was Pastor Tony Evans on a Star 88 Supernova. Music with more than a beat. Vertical worship, Christian hits, and fresh indie on Star 88. KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe.
Lately I've been reeling, watching the nightly news. Don't seem to find the rhythm, just wanna sing the blues. Feels like a song that never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. 'Cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice. And I choose to let it move. Let it move. Let it move. Yeah, I choose to let it move you. Let it move. Let it move you. Yeah, back when I was younger, my eyes were full of life. But now that I am older, I live at the speed of light. Feels like the cycle never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of 3. 1, that joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay. Joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Feeling the pressure, the rumbling, crumbling under your feet now. No one can protect you. The trembling, settling into your knees. Nah, 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 nothing that you could say. Nah, 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 no way to get away. Chasing the world to be better than anyone ever, and we'll never stop. Here we go. You better grab your weapons. Ain't nothing gonna stop us. Here we go. You know we're taking over. To the top now, to the top. Here we come. Here we come. Taking the record, you're bringing it up, but we're taking it higher. Catching your breath, you're trying your best, but you know that we're stronger. Nah, 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 nothing that you could say. Nah, 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 no way to get away. Chasing the world to be better than anyone ever, and we'll never stop. Here we go. You better grab your weapons. Ain't nothing gonna stop us. Here we go. You know we're taking over. To the top now, to the top. Here we go. You run, but you can't hide from us. You run, but you can't hide from us. Rumors of war will knock at your door. Rumors of war will knock at your door. Rumors of war will knock at your door. Here we go. Here we Here we go. You better grab your weapons. Ain't nothing gonna stop us. Here we go. You know we're taking over. To the top now, to the top. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Morning Invasion.
Be right back after this. myself. So I lift up this broken, weary human side of me. I bruise, I bleed, I need a remedy, but in my weakness, prove how great you are. The hurt, the scars, remind us who we are. Let our stories point the world to who you are. I speak words of love and whisper words of hate. I've taken black and white and somehow turned them into gray. Oh, I lift up this broken, weary human side of me. I bruise, I bleed, I need a remedy, but in my weakness, prove how great you are. The hurt, the scars, remind us who we are. Let our stories point the world to who you are. I'm human after all, but this is my surrender, my story and my song. I bruise, I bleed, I need a remedy, but in my weakness, prove how great you are. The scars remind us who we are. Let our stories point the world to who you are. Let our stories point the world to who you are.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Apple currently has $1 trillion value. That's only a little more than $999 billion. Sure, you're barely making rent, your credit cards are tapped, and you don't have any savings. But for only the price of a new iPhone, iPad, watch, or MacBook Pro, you can help to ensure that Apple continues to thrive. We're pretty sure that when they hear this, they'll feel guilty and start giving away free gear. But not really. That's why they have $1 trillion value.
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah, that's probably right. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Apple is now America's first $1 trillion company. If you invested when the Mac launched in 1984, if you invested $10,000, you would have $3.8 million. If you invested when Steve Jobs returned in 1997, you'd have $2.5 million. Even if you waited to invest until the iPhone came out in 2007, you'd have $114,260. Reminds me of the time when Buck said, "Hey, you want to throw down $100 on this thing called Bitcoin?" Get out of here with that virtual money. Yeah, I'd be a millionaire. I'd be a millionaire.
You okay, buddy?
No.
Okay. You know what's crazy? Speaking of Apple, I've got a pretty rad story. We need some good news this morning.
You want some good news?
I want some good news this morning.
Good news, ladies and gentlemen.
Good news is good news, and the good news is...
I've got good news and good news.
Pretty good.
Put some good in your morning.
Good news, there's a monkey jumping on houses in the neighborhood.
We've all been there. You're at the Apple store or wherever, and you're frustrated. Your technology isn't working. That's exactly what happened with one dude in Salt Lake City as he was at the Apple store. The geniuses were examining his broken iPhone, and this dude, Andrew, struck up a conversation with a fellow customer standing nearby at the Genius Bar.
Okay.
He had no idea who the dude was that he was talking to, nor did he have an inkling of the kind of person this guy was. He just started talking to the guy next to him, right? You're all frustrated.
Yeah, bro.
Your device isn't working. Something's going on. So it's like, kindred spirits. Hey, man, blah, 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 blah. Talk. So they're talking, having a good conversation. When the genius comes back to the bar and says, bad news, bro. Your phone is completely broken.
Oh, no.
And you're going to have to replace it. And unfortunately, without, Apple Care and this and that and the other, you're looking at like a cool $1,000 to you're going to have to just pay out a pot, to replace. You're going to have to get a new phone. You need a new phone. So this dude said, oh.
Okay.
And took his broken phone back because he was completely disappointed and knew that there was literally nothing he could do because who has a cool $1,000 to just shell out for a phone? Am I right?
Yeah, right.
Well, turns out the dude sitting next to him could do something about it. You see, the dude that he struck up a conversation with that he was sitting next to in Salt Lake City, Utah, was none other than Utah Jazz star Donovan Mitchell.
What?
NBA Rookie of the Year runner-up. So he hears what's going on in the interaction, and he looks at the Apple genius and says, hey, bruh, why don't you let me pay for that new iPhone?
Oh, no way!
How crazy cool is this?
That's really cool.
Andrew said he had no idea who he was. All of a sudden, this guy that he's been talking to offers to buy him a brand new phone.
Now he knows who he is.
So he's like, okay. So Donovan leaves the store, and the Apple genius is helping this guy, set up his new phone, and he says, quote, you realize that was Donovan Mitchell, right?
Oh, man.
Shocked and a little sheepish, he said he had no idea, but immediately went home to tell the rest of his family about his crazy experience.
That's cool.
He was in a bit of a bind, and Donovan saw the opportunity to help him out. Quote, it speaks volumes about the kind of guy that Donovan is. There's a ton of gratitude from our end. It goes to show this guy's really trying to do good things and be a decent guy out in the community. He gets so much respect from us about this, end quote.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, dude. He's really, it was the sweetest thing, man. He actually tweeted about it, and yeah, sure enough, of course it hit the interwebs and went viral.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome because it's guys like that remember what they came from,
Right.
and I'm sure he could totally relate to that guy next to him.
Yeah.
Did you see during the NBA draft? It was right before the NBA draft. I can't remember which basketball player it was, but he was he showed how much he had in his bank account. It was something like $1.25 left in his bank account, and he had it was right after he got signed. He gets signed to a team in the NBA, so he's like millionaire now. I mean, it's $1 million contract. And he showed a picture of his checking account, and it was like $1.25. That's how much he had left. And he was talking about how, man, I'm going to remember, I'm going to remember that. And I want to take care of people, That's so important to do, right? Even in times where, let's say, we don't even have a bunch of money. We all can do something, right? Yeah. We all can give back in some way or another. We all can help somebody.
Absolutely. I just...
We don't have to be millionaires to do it.
Yeah. Man. Pretty great.
How much money do you have in your account right now?
Not much.
That's the topic, guys. That's
Yeah.
the topic. You want to go get Sam?
Yeah, I'll go get him.
Go get Sam.
You tell everybody what's going on.
real quick before we talk to the Swan. Today, it's happening today. West Siders, if you're looking for a church on the west side here in Albuquerque, they're hosting a party because we're opening up a Calvary Albuquerque West Side campus. And today, from 6:30 to 8:30 at Noah's event venue, they're going to be doing like a little get-together meeting where the leadership of the campus there, Jesse Lesko, is going to be there. And if you're interested in learning more about the church, maybe you want to volunteer and just, hang out, there's going to be food there. And it's between 6:30 and 8:30, Noah's event venue for the opening of our West Side campus.
West Side!
Joining us right now on the show is the Swan.
The Swan.
What's happening?
Sorry. I'm running a little late.
Yeah.
I'm an hour,
you're an hour
I guess
early.
I'm 50,
Well, it's true.
45 minutes earlier than I normally am.
Is the traffic bad out there?
Yes.
What happened?
I got up late.
Oh.
It's okay.
I'm used to, coming in an hour later.
Yeah, I get it.
Hey, it's nothing personal, Dex. Don't take it personal.
I know, bro. I was worried about you.
I appreciate that.
I was worried about you.
Yeah, I was getting ready and I realized what time it was, and because can't see a clock because my wife has to.
We don't need excuses. Sam.
Has to sleep in the dark. So I can't see a clock. We have it all
cool,
covered.
bro.
Everything's covered. It's
cool, man.
Story.
I'm married to the cutest bat you've ever seen.
Whoa! You married a bat?
I tease her. We used to live in Carlsbad, so I tease her about being my Carlsbad.
Does she feed at night?
Wow, guys. We do eat ice cream
at
before
night.
Bedtime. Yeah.
Oh wow! See, you're a runner. You can do that, right?
I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, all that to say, I apologize. I'm running a little behind
don't
today.
even worry about it, man.
I guess technically I'm a little early, but
I'm just glad you're here. Because we
I'm
were
glad
thinking,
to be here.
Man,
You missed Brit Romney this morning.
you missed
Call us
Brit.
on air.
I mean, she's
having a contraction.
Did she
She's
really?
went into labor.
I totally
her
missed
water
that.
broke at home. They got to the
Wow.
hospital. We witnessed one of her contractions. It was beautiful.
Seth is currently asking if you do hospital visits. He might need some support because, man alive,
I've
we're
gone through this before.
We're trying to talk to her and trying to help her out. She's going through a contraction. We're trying to help her breathe, and Seth's in the background Facebooking.
Yeah.
So he might not be with us much longer.
That's right.
So
Seth,
we'll miss him.
Seth, if you could call in and give us an update,
He's a dick.
instead of the Facebook.
Don't do that.
appreciate
Yeah.
I
it.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
No,
I
I mean,
do
if
that.
he can be on Facebook, I'm
Brit
pretty sure he
needs
can give us a
so
call.
exciting
Brit
for
needs,
them.
Needs him.
Yeah.
Oh, we need them, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
he needs to focus.
Yes.
We need them.
Although
It would be great for ratings. And also, Seth doesn't really understand what to do. He's been through it one time. You'd think he would have learned,
Oh,
but
my goodness.
he's not following protocol.
just let her squeeze your hand
Mm-hmm.
until your fingers fall off.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just tell her to breathe.
Nope.
That's
That's what we did
That's
this
what we
morning.
did.
And then
Yep.
Steve Ryman came in. He's like, guys, it's
Yeah. Don't
Yeah,
pass
but that's
out,
not.
man.
Listen, that's not near as funny as what I just did.
Yeah, that's
So we don't.
Yeah.
Breathe, relax.
hey, maybe you know something we don't. Maybe that's another way you can do
Well,
it.
my wife has given birth 5 times.
Exactly.
Yes.
Honey, just go.
The babies are born a lot quicker that way.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you just speed up the process.
This is so great. 3 dudes are talking about
I
childbirth.
know, right? Yeah.
All the ladies who've had children are going.
Guys,
Yeah.
when
Excuse
I
me,
gave
fellas,
birth, when
that
I
is
gave
wrong.
birth,
You are wrong.
the
Stop
first child
talking.
that I ever had was so insane.
Will
it was,
you shut up?
It was crazy.
Man.
Took forever.
Wasn't there a movie about that a long, long time ago? Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
That was
That was the stupidest
terrible
It
movie.
was horrible.
What was the name of that movie?
I can't remember.
Junior.
Junior.
It was June. That was the name
Yeah.
of the movie.
Stupid movie.
Watch it, man. That's
I'm
Arnold.
having label pains in California.
Gosh.
Yeah, that was.
You know that Arnold, he could do anything, man. You know, you could give him an action
That's
film.
true.
You know, give him a drama, give him a comedy.
Yeah.
He could do it all,
Twins.
man. Twins. Yeah.
Twins was kind of a action/comedy.
Filmed here.
Yeah,
It was.
Los Alamos, a lot of it in Los Alamos,
Yeah.
Santa Fe. Yeah,
That's cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a muscle man, like a really
Yeah.
big muscle.
That is the
I used to when I was a little kid. I used to buy those muscle magazines,
You are
and
so
I would
weird.
stare at these muscle men for hours.
Okay, this is.
I would buy the
that
muscle
weird?
suits
Yeah.
because I didn't want to have to work hard to get it.
Yeah.
So I just strap on my muscles and
Strap on your muscles.
go out and
Yeah.
flex and have. Of course, I quit doing that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Amazing.
boy, this conversation took a turn.
Yeah, it took a little bit of a turn.
Congratulations, Britt. We're excited for you. And Seth.
Pretty cool, man.
But
It'll
mostly
be-
Brit.
Mostly Britt. Yeah. Seth.
She's putting in the work, man.
She is.
She is putting in the work.
I don't know.
So.
Seth's thumbs may be tired from all the Facebook posts.
Yeah, I know.
that
That's
is
what
true.
I'm saying. He's
You get
like,
that,
I can't do
take it
anything.
easy.
Well,
You
you're
get
doing
that
Facebook
numb
right now.
thumb. Yeah. Oh,
Man, that numb thumb is
it's
just
the
really a
worst.
bad
Yeah.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
We just got a letter.
Oh.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
Get the letter ready. Hold on.
Okay.
Well,
Why are you crumpling the
It's
letter?
an actual letter. Hey,
Send
he's
sound
opening,
effects, bro.
he's opening the envelope.
Real
Well,
letter here.
all right, cool. That's great. Breaking the microphone.
That sounds funny over the air.
Not sure if Tam needed that.
Yeah, that's one of her notes for this afternoon.
Yeah, was.
The Swan is here to give some advice.
Oh,
Stormy.
this is a letter for me.
No,
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
you're here. So
I'll chime in.
You're the wise one. You're the wise man.
That's funny because a guy told me the other day you're a wise guy.
Okay.
Don't be a wise guy.
And Stormy, feel free to chime in as well. We're on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. You can call us 505-338-3700. What's the live line number to text in?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. Sorry, I'm still trying to decide which
Read this letter,
arcade
Steve-O.
cabinet I want.
Read this letter.
Hi! I always listen to your show, but I've never called in or written before, so here goes! According to my 2 high school daughters, I am officially the most cruel mother on earth. They are great girls and the love of my life, but they are like pigs at home.
Well, I mean, that's teenagers.
We have been battling all summer about keeping their bedrooms clean. I am so sick of dirty clothes thrown everywhere. Honest to God, it looks like dollar days at the Salvation Army. I've given repeated warnings that if they don't clean up their act, I would start tossing their clothes out. Oh, no. Well, they pushed me over the edge last weekend, and so I grabbed 2 big piles of clothes off the floor and dropped them off. You guessed it, at the Salvation Army.
Oh! I don't know if I should be playing that.
Yeah, that's.
They freaked out, calling me crazy, and that I should reimburse them because they paid for some of those clothes. I refused, so now they won't even speak to me.
Oh, wow.
Now that I've cooled down, I'm wondering if I went too far because I basically gave away something that doesn't belong to me. But then again, it's my house, and they need a little discipline. Would you mind seeing what other parents think?
Wow. Have you guys ever done that to your kids?
Oh, man.
Have you ever packed up stuff?
I am in this battle right now.
Really? You've done this before? You've packed up after...
No, I said I'm in this battle right now.
Oh, you're in the battle. You haven't actually followed through with...
I have threatened. I've said these things, especially the dearest child named Brody, who is 5 years old and has this sweet little toy room where there's just toy. It looks like Toys R Us threw up everywhere.
Seriously, you could start another Toys R Us.
I really could.
You could open one up.
His grandparents spoil him rotten. He comes home with stupid toys all the time. It plays with like once, and then it's like in the bucket. And I'm going, we're going to get rid of a lot of these. We're going to give these away to kids that like want or need them. But I've never actually just gone in there and grabbed a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done some like house cleaning from time to time. This is like teenage girls in their clothes, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a 5-year-old with toys.
You have daughters.
Yeah, I never threatened to get rid of them. In our house, we sort of took a more moderate stance on condition of bedroom. We kind of felt like that's it's in our house, but it's their space.
Yeah.
And as long as you can, make your way from the door to the bedroom.
Yes.
The exact condition we weren't overly concerned about. Now there were times when it would get crazy. It would get crazy. And this was more Brenda than me because I like it neat and tidy. But she would say, "Okay, girls, because throughout I was a youth pastor. I'm a youth pastor, been one my whole life, and so we don't live in big houses. So the kids had to share rooms, and we just kind of shuffled them around. Who's going to share with whom during what time, what stage of life, and all that. So okay, girls, come on in. Let's clean up a little bit. And Brenda would help them, and they would do, and she'd make a game out of it, and they'd have a lot of fun, or Brenda had fun, and so we never really had to make any kind of a threat like that. The other day, though, my grandsons were, you can imagine in our house, there's lots of swords and plastic swords and things like that. And so they were going at each other, and my kids from Hobbs were here for the wedding last week. And so we had a bunch of other people in the house, and they're swinging the swords around and hitting each other in the face and getting mad, and I'm afraid they're going to break something. And so I just said, okay, no more swords in the house. Stop it.
Suck the fun right out.
I did. Wow. So one of the after the everybody else kind of cleared out, some of my grandkids that still live in town, were over at the house, and we're playing. One of them was on at the game station room, part of the room that we've set up for Riley, and one of the family rooms, and so one of the grandsons hits his brother with the sword and drops it, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting in the other room, and I see this sword come flying in through the doorway, and I'm like, okay, that is it.
Oh, wow. Is that exactly?
That's exactly what I said.
Is that what it sounded like?
Yes.
All right. Okay, everybody, I'm serious right now. I am sick and tired of swords. They are gone.
SpongeBob.
Gone.
So I grabbed the sword. It's a fake samurai sword. It was already kind of beat up and put together by duct tape. And so I folded it in half to show how strong I was.
Oh, my gosh.
I folded it in half and stuffed it in the recycle bin. I said, all the swords are gone. There will never, ever be a sword in Nana and Papa's house.
How did the grandchildren react? Were they freaking out?
The little boys melted down a little bit.
Yeah, they'll never forget that moment.
No, and so I also, there was a lightsaber that has, been held together by duct tape. It's not even, we should have thrown it away a long time ago. I put it in the recycle thing that we keep in the kitchen. And then Riley has like a replica, well, I don't know, it's not a replica, but a Zelda sword that he paid a lot of money for. So I hid that one. I couldn't throw that one away because it's not Riley's fault.
Yeah, right.
And then the other two swords that are kind of in nice shape, I hid those somewhere else. So
you know what's going to happen? They're going to find branches.
People are losing their minds on the live line.
No, I know they will, because boys are boys. But the deal is they can find all the branches they want outside. I don't care how many swords they play with outside, but they're never, ever going to do it inside the house.
Good job, Grandpa.
Ever
Amazing.
again.
Good job.
Because here's the deal. If you make a threat, no matter how bad it is.
Parent.
If you make a threat, especially like with these clothes, like this mom did, if you make a threat, you have to follow through or you will lose the war. This is an important battle to win. I know, and they're going to be mad at you for a long time, possibly. But the other thing is, they'll get over it, and eventually they will realize, Mom's serious. She does not mess around.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, we got a letter. Essentially, this mother of 2 high school daughters was just done. That loves her daughters, but they're like pigs at home. She battled all summer about them keeping their bedroom clean. She was sick of dirty clothes everywhere. So, after giving them repeated warnings they didn't clean up, she told them she was going to toss the clothes out. Well, last weekend they pushed her over the edge, so she grabbed 2 giant piles of clothes off the floor, took them to the Salvation Army. Of course, the daughters freaked out, said, you have to reimburse us because we paid for some of those clothes. They won't even speak to her right now. What say you, Starmy? The phone lines are open, 505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483 if you'd like to text in.
And this is actual audio of the mom.
That's all, folks. Okay, that was so dumb. Did you just call the mom a pig?
Oh, no, because she called the girls pigs.
Oh.
So she was saying that's all, folks.
You just called the mom Porky Pig.
No, I did. Okay.
I have another question.
Yeah.
When they pushed her over the edge, how long did it take her to
they
get
didn't
back
actually
on top
push
of the
her
edge?
over the edge.
Wow.
Did she do that after she got? I mean, were her arms all scraped up from climbing over the edge?
Live line's going crazy.
Good.
Most people are saying bravo. Tell her I said bravo.
Bravo.
Tell her good job. Way to follow through. Nice on giving the clothes away. I'm going to do that with my kids. However, you have to set the example. So I think, yes, you should reimburse them.
I don't know about that.
Somebody said definitely not out of line. She should stand her ground. She pays all their bills. That's probably a lot more than they paid for their clothes.
I don't know. Have you seen the clothes these days.
I almost think. I mean, I'm okay with what the mom did, but you're the one that's probably buying most of the clothes, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, so then you are now going to be responsible for, schools right around the corner. They're going to need new clothes. But maybe then you're strict and they have to earn back money to pay for their own clothes.
Somebody actually says I wouldn't have personally donated the clothes. I would have put them in bags and locked them away and given them a list of chores to earn said
There
clothes.
you go. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Somebody else said, I say just enjoy the peace and quiet while they don't talk to you. Teenage
I'm sorry.
daughters.
I am not laughing at that.
Here's what you do.
You have teenage daughters.
Here's what you do.
Teenage daughters.
You go down to the Salvation Army in like a week or
And
something,
buy those back.
and then you have them go and
I'll have
search
them
for
buy
them, and
them.
they have
Yeah,
to buy
yeah.
them back.
Oh,
Go-
Dex. Dex, that's a win right there.
That's what you do.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Actually, that's sort of piling on.
Yeah.
That's true.
But it is hilarious.
Somebody said when I would leave my shoes out, my dad would put them in shoe jail, and I had to bail them out for a quarter each shoe
Great
each
idea.
time.
Great idea.
I always had to pay 50 cents to get my shoes back. My dad made bank.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's a great idea.
Like shoe jail.
If they only had one quarter, they could only buy one shoe back.
Yeah,
then
dude,
they
see?
walk around barefoot
I
for a
love
little while.
that.
That's a
Man,
very
I wish
good
my
idea.
mom had done
it's
that with
also
Scotty.
teaching responsibility.
Yeah, and teaching you the process of posting bail, because it would have been very helpful for my brother.
Put Scotty in shoe jail.
Yeah, he would have understood. Like, bro, you don't want to do
You
this
know?
because you're gonna have to pay to get out, and
kind of like Back to
you
the Future when he goes to his grandparents' house
that's
and
right.
the little one's in the.
If he didn't have any money, he'd
Get
have to
used
like
to these
ask
bars,
me for
kid.
the ask me for the quarters. This is bail bondsman. I'd be like, well, I'll give you the 50 cents, but you now owe me $1.
Yeah.
So
If you're just joining us, we got a letter from a mom. She disciplined her teenage daughters. They were being pigs. That's what she said.
Yeah, that
They're
was a
not
quote.
cleaning the room. Their clothes are all over the floor of their rooms. And so she took them, all the clothes, piled them up, and she took them down to Salvation Army and said, "Sorry."
Yeah.
But now mom's feeling a little guilty, wondering if
She
that was a
shouldn't feel
little
guilty.
too far. And so far, everybody's like,
It's
"Good
called
job, Mom."
everybody.
Not everybody?
It's called donator's remorse.
I'm willing to guess this is probably a teenager.
Yeah.
This is silly and way too extreme. I have a messy room, but in all caps, it's my room.
Okay.
Oh.
My room.
Why would she give the clothes away? She should have just let them live in their mess. Okay, listen, stupid teenager.
Yep.
We're going to have words, bro. I'm just kidding. My room? Really? How much do you pay for said room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much rent do you pay?
Yeah.
Anyways.
One time, one of my kids said, "How come I have to take out the trash?" And I said, "That is a valid question.
It's a great question.
Let me ask you. Before I answer your question, let me ask you a couple of questions. How was supper tonight? Are you warm in your bed?
Yes.
Do you like your covers?"
Yes.
And then they're like, "Well, yeah." I said, "That is why you have to take out the trash."
Amen. Amen.
Beautiful.
Somebody says I actually charge my 6-year-old daughter 25 cents every time she leaves the lights on, and it totally works.
Dude.
My kids, if I,
man.
That's
I have
like one of
turned
the
into
most
my father.
basic. Me too. That's one of the most basic rules in the house. Like
Yeah.
I come home from work and it's like the closet lights on, the bathroom light. They left all the lights on, and
Emily-
so then I just go and I pop the little P&M bill like on their door. I'm like,
Perfect.
see that? P&M, stupid expensive these days.
Yeah. Emily.
Which, by the way, did anybody else's go up like a ridiculous amount?
I
Yeah.
know, right? It's crazy.
I don't know.
Shut up! You don't pay bills, you idiot.
We don't pay our bills. We get them. We just throw them away.
Oh my god!
I thought it
you
was.
just throw
I thought
away.
it was junk mail.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't-
mad at you.
And when
Big old
the
Who
grin.
opens
and
up
when
their
the
mail?
electrician, when P&M comes and knocks on the door, we always just hide right behind the door and say, "Don't move, don't
Yeah.
answer."
Dude, you're just like me.
Gosh.
No, we pay our bills. I'm just kidding. Yeah, the walking around, turn up. Emily, when she was younger, she would leave a trail of lights up to her bedroom when it was bedtime. So I would come right behind her and turn off because she didn't like the dark. So she would go. So I'd have to.
Dude.
And I caught myself saying the other day, "Electricity's not cheap." I was the only one in the house as I'm turning off people's lights.
Oh, my gosh.
But I like that. I'm going to start charging a quarter to Riley
Yeah,
every
it's
time
not
he
a bad
leaves his
idea.
light on.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. So when I was a kid, my mom didn't give us a week. She'd say, if you don't pick it up, it's going in the trash. You know how many times I had to pick up stuff out of the garbage from the trash?
Yep.
She'd throw away clothes, toys, video games, everything.
For real, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that
yeah,
world.
Yeah.
Did you learn your lesson?
You listen to your parents. Obey them.
There you go.
For real. Good job,
There
man.
you go.
He learned his lesson.
Yeah. Somebody says, my mom did this to me once with my toys when I didn't clean my room, only she didn't donate them. She put them in the fireplace and set them on fire one by one.
Oh, my gosh.
Until I cleaned my room enough to rescue the remaining that weren't burned yet.
Oh, my heavens.
Amen. Amen.
Well, I
don't recommend that.
That's
toxic fumes.
That's that plastic stuff.
Yeah.
Is horrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's. I think that leans towards extreme.
Yeah.
But some kids need that extreme to get their attention.
Sometimes, man.
So.
Yeah. What extreme did
was it a
your
no burn
parents
night?
go to?
I hope. I hope it was a no burn night.
Yeah. Gosh, so many people.
I mean, a
chime
burn
in.
night.
Yeah.
Because then, if it was a no burn night, then the mom could have been arrested.
Mom could have been. Yeah.
This story could have been completely
Would have been
different.
horrible. Would have been horrible.
My mom got arrested for burning my toys on a no burn night in Bernalillo County.
People want to know what Bill does when you don't clean your room.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does Bill have rules?
Do you turn off lights?
You mean, let's swap that. When Bill doesn't clean up the kitchen and he leaves the lights on, then I'm the one who has to step up and take care of everything.
Listen, unruly teenager. It's not like you're even paying rent.
That's true. Why do you gotta put me on blast? It's true.
Oh man,
it's true.
Yeah.
You guys
Taking
can
away the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, take it. There's so many things you could do. So far, there's been one person.
Great.
There's been one person who we think was a teenager that said that it was a bad thing what the mom did.
Literally, everyone else is like, "I love this. Stand your ground."
Yeah, because we don't see that very often anymore.
No.
But the hard part is what happens when the parents don't even agree, because from time to time there have been some scuffles in the Jeter household, but it's never between the children and the parents. It's usually between the dad and the mom, because the dad says things that are a little extreme, and then the mom goes, "That was a little extreme," and then it's like, "You can't." I'm like, "Yes, I can. Let me do this."
But that's away from the offspring.
Oh, yeah, of course, away from the
Well, I was just
offspring.
double checking. Yeah.
Usually.
Well, see now, Brenda told me the whole sword thing.
Yes.
After everything kind of blew over. After my rage had calmed, she goes, "It was a little abrupt."
See, and that's. But did you handle it well in that moment? Or
I did.
Did you,
I feel like I did.
You.
I mean,
Good
well, because
on
I
you.
reacted right away. Because
What was
the
that
sword
reaction like?
came-
Give us the reaction one more time. What was it?
That is enough!
Man, I get the chills every time you. Yeah, the hair just stands up.
I have had it up to here!
Oh gosh.
My kids. I try to sound threatening. My
Yes,
voice,
right. It's so
but
loud
it's
and-
so comical
and
that by the time
just
I
thick,
get
yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
by the time I just vent all of my frustration and anger, the kids are laughing so hard we can't even remember why Dad is upset anymore. But they do it again because that voice is so funny.
It's SpongeBob. You have the greatest
Don't
SpongeBob
laugh at
voice.
me when I'm talking to you!
Then stop saying funny things. Because I'm gonna laugh.
That's amazing.
I usually get graded by Chrissy, like when I have a rant or something.
She's a principal.
She just sits there calmly, and I'm like, rah, 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 and then they like all, and they go away, and they're like cleaning and doing things, and it's usually the like, well, for the most part, I agree with what you said there. That one line where you said they were acting like it wasn't okay that you called them idiots, and then I go, I didn't call them idiots. I said when they act like idiots. Okay, they're not idiots. They're just acting like
They're
idiots.
behaving
Their
as if they
behaviors,
are.
and I know that they're not. Stop grading me, principal. Let me freaking be a dad.
Steve, do me a favor.
gosh.
Yeah. Huh?
Next
What?
time that
Oh,
happens.
I blocked out. Sorry. What happened?
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Next time that happens in the Jeter household,
Yeah.
would you video that, please?
No.
I would love.
I've witnessed it firsthand.
I would love to see it.
I've
Because
witnessed
I
it
wanna-
firsthand.
It's not because I want to laugh at you. It's because I want to compare notes.
Yeah.
I want to because every time you describe some. Now, my wife is not a principal.
Right.
However, she is a elementary school
Educator.
physical education
Yes.
instructor.
Yes.
Health. She's the no the wellness teacher. That's what they call her at their school. Wellness. So I kind of feel like that Brenda and Chrissy
Oh, dude.
would
Probably.
get along wonderfully.
Oh, yeah.
Which is probably why they should never ever be allowed to be in the same room. Ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gosh.
I'll never forget Brody. He ran over to me ran behind me and he said,
shut
"Please
up.
help me, sir.
No,
please, please help me, sir.
If anything, I get yelled at oppositely because I'm
please.
too easy on him
Yeah.
because he's the baby.
Yeah.
I don't know
Because
about
I
that.
favor the baby.
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
the older kids are very observant to
Of
that.
course, and of course, and it's like, hey, listen, bro, just because you're a teenager and forgot what it was like when you were stupid and spoiled rotten. Okay, you were the worst.
Yeah,
So,
and
whatever,
how
it's
much?
cool.
How much is that bat that you're using and standing in the batter's box? How much did that cost?
Sam,
Yep.
praise be.
Well, 5 kids. I've learned a lot of things.
5 kids, 4
If
grandchildren.
nothing, I may not be a very good disciplinarian, but I sure have great retorts.
There you go.
Yes, you do.
I can certainly come back. Oh yeah.
Remember? Oh, dude. Oh, I'm the worst at that. I get frustrated and I forget words.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. This just sounds
I am
like
not
I'm speaking.
articulate
I might as
when
well
I'm
speak.
angry.
Might as well speak German to my
Yeah,
children.
no, seriously.
Das ist wrong. Dude. Go get in the Volkswagen.
Oh, somebody said this is embarrassing, but I was very spoiled as a child. The first time my mom put her foot down, she took my GameCube away and hid it from me. I faked having a seizure during my temper tantrum.
Oh my
You
gosh.
faked having a seizure.
She still stood her ground, and I learned my lesson. I was around 6 years old, so I definitely deserved it.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, Mom can see right through it.
Faked a seizure.
Thanks for sending that in, by the way.
I would have paid money to see that little kid, that little brat,
Yeah.
fake a seizure.
Now that's a creative kid. He
Yeah.
was thinking on his feet or
Yeah.
on the floor, wherever
Yeah.
he was when
Man.
he was faking the seizure.
Another person texted on the live line and said, when I was a kid, we had to pay $0.25 to watch 15 minutes of television. It forced me and my siblings to strategize what we watched together so we could maximize our dollars.
Wow.
There was a 2-hour limit total for all of the kids. We could earn money by doing chores or by memorizing poetry and reciting it. That's cool, man.
So are these children, these adults now, are they financial planners? I mean, do they work
yeah,
for
right?
Edward
I was
Jones
thinking the
or
same
somebody? That's-
thing,
Yeah.
if you're just joining us, we got a letter from a mom who disciplined her teenage daughters by gathering up all their clothes in the room because they were being pigs, is what the mom said. They weren't cleaning up their room. So she was fed up all summer long. Their room has been destroyed. So she gathered up all the clothes and she took them down to Salvation Army and donated them. And she's wondering if she kind of stepped over the line. Maybe it was a little too harsh, but so far.
I mean, all parents are going, been there.
Yep.
Know that world.
And, props for following through. Like we
Yeah.
said, a lot of parents will sit there and do the, they threaten the kids and there's no follow through.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember one time, who was it? Jack or Luke? I can't remember when they were younger. And it was before I had known this lesson. And of course, Chrissy being the early childhood education expert, it was like, I threatened something that I was going to throw something away, and it was like an expensive toy. And man alive, of course they ended up totally blowing it. And Chrissy was like, you said you were going to do this.
Oh,
and I was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Yes.
I love this. I can't even remember now. And I just remember like that was when I, as an adult, learned my lesson of I can never threaten something I'm not willing to do. Because looks like I'm cutting the cord on the old Xbox.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I will throw the Xbox away.
Yeah, dude. It was. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Parents, be careful.
Oh, dude.
Be careful of the threats that you make.
Because you have to
You
as
have
a parent.
to.
Because if
Yeah.
not, then they just go, oh, they're not. Then they just don't trust you anymore.
Right. No.
You lose that. You lose that. Not control. What is the word I'm looking for? The ability to be the authority.
Yeah.
To speak
The respect.
into their life in any position of authority because they go, they don't really mean it, or they're not really going to follow through.
Yeah.
And so you have to. No matter what, you have to. So good on the mom for seriously.
Yeah, I
finally
agree.
going. You know what?
I agree.
Enough's enough. I said it. In fact, I think these girls are lucky because she said she's been battling with them all summer.
And she didn't
I
throw
think
away
Jack
all
and
their
Luke got
clothes.
3 days this summer
Yeah.
where it was like, all right, that's it.
Yep.
And then it was like, done deal.
Yeah.
Done deal.
And it sounds like from the letter that she didn't throw away every single item of clothing. She just picked up a pile from the middle of the floor and took it to Salvation Army. So it's not like she took away all of their clothes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, man. Somebody chimed in and said, when I was a kid, my Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards were taken out to the backyard and set on fire.
Oh.
Not because he was messy, because the cards were evil.
Oh. Okay, that's
a little, yeah.
That's for
This
Theology
is what we
Thursday.
do. This is what we do with evil things.
That's something for
we
B-Mix
set them
to
on
handle.
fire so they can burn in hell where they belong.
I don't know. About
Burn, baby, burn.
Yeah, no, that's real.
Inferno.
Dude,
baby,
I always
burn.
thought my mom was like kind of strict until I was around certain other friends. We grew up Baptist, man, so there was like scale of crazy Baptist. You know what I mean?
No.
It's a scale. I'm not wrong.
No.
It was like I wasn't allowed to watch the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
Why do you think I'm laughing?
But I was allowed, you know what I mean? It was
Sam's
like
a
these
Baptist.
different levels of like
Yes.
what was sacred and what was, quote, secular and or just satanic, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I was allowed to listen to Stryper. So, gosh.
Sorry,
I
if
was
I
too. I
offend
just
you,
wasn't
Sam.
allowed to wear the black and gold tights.
Sorry if I offend you when I ask this question. Are Pentecostal and Baptists, are they similar?
What do you mean similar?
Like, is it
like how so? They both love Jesus.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you're right.
What are you saying, Dave?
No, they're not. Some like by definition, that's literally the antithesis of each other.
Yeah.
If you're a Baptist, it's very rare to raise your hand in worship.
Yeah.
You do it quiet and contemplatively.
Whereas- I
wasn't raised in a Baptist church, I don't know.
You're doing cartwils down the aisle
Did you
with
hear,
a banner.
Yes. Did you hear about the Pentecostal business meeting where they said all those in favor put down one hand?
Okay.
See, but it's crazy because a lot of things that you guys talk about with
That's my
with
favorite
Baptists,
Baptist joke right there.
a lot of things you guys talk about is like similar to how I was raised in a Pentecostal church.
We as far as outside influence and not being contaminated, and I'm using I'm putting air
I
quotes.
love that.
Air quotes. There's air quotes, guys.
Contaminated by the world.
Yeah.
We fall on the conservative
Yeah,
side.
just think 12 monkeys, okay? They're the ones in the suits that are terrified that everything's going to kill them. Yeah.
Or not kill us.
Yes.
At least
drag
ruin,
them to hell.
Yeah.
That's a greater
dancing.
fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you keep one foot on the floor, it's not dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
I mock because I grew up Baptist, which is funny because Chrissy grew up Pentecostal. Her grandfather was an Assemblies of God pastor, and so I remember the first time I visited their church, and I was just going, "What is
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because I was used to like growing up Baptist, where
Yeah.
it was just like. And we lift our eyes to the Lord, never our hands.
Yeah.
That's right. We lift our hands in service.
Hands in service. Yes, that's
I'm
right.
lifting
That's
my
right.
hands by
Yes.
carrying
and
them
if,
and
and
doing
if somebody was so bold as to like start lifting their hand in worship, it was never above the shoulder.
Yeah.
It was both of them down
Steve-O.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's obvious you have not
So-
been to a Baptist church in a long time.
It is obvious. Yes.
Because
I grew up that
there
way.
are lots of us.
Yeah.
Now, I say
That's-
us. Lots
yeah.
of those people
Yes.
who raise their
Who
hands.
raise their hands,
I'm
yes.
still a little self-conscious about it in a public setting because I don't, and I'm going to be serious for 1 second.
Yeah.
I don't want to draw attention to myself in a worship service.
No, and that's what I was told too.
I
It
want to
was-
worship
yes.
the Lord.
Yeah.
But when other people raise their hands, I am not bothered by that. Now, when I
Right.
was a teenager, we would go to like a camp where there's other churches and
Right.
and the raising hand movement started kind of growing, which it should. The Bible says, "Lift up holy hands to the Lord."
Amen.
When some of the other church groups that were a little bit more free in expression of worship during the singing and everything. One guy leaned over to me and goes, "I think that guy has a question." Because during the singing, he just raised one hand.
Just one hand.
So that was another Baptist joke that we had.
Yeah.
But we are, admittedly, we can be uptight during the singing portion of a worship service.
and I mean,
But
I don't want to
we're
say to
growing-
each their own, but I think
we're
that's
growing
part of it.
through that.
Yeah.
I think it's a
I had to
part of the journey.
I had to learn that.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
learn that it was okay. That the way
Absolutely.
that I express myself with my faith is different than how everybody else does, and that's okay because when I was growing up, it was like that very thing. Like, oh, they were just attention seeking, or they were this or that, and then you get into a different type of church, a different denomination. You go visit or whatever, and then you go, oh. All these people love Jesus, and this is how they pour out their like, love and adoration and praise.
The first
awesome.
So yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say when I was in Virginia, I was either in 7th or 8th grade at this particular time in my life, and so we went to visit a church because we were looking for a church home. We had just moved to Virginia. I was in 7th grade, so we're looking for a church home, and there was one close to the base housing where we were living. It was remote. We weren't on the base, but anyway, so we're looking for this church. And we go in, and all of a sudden they break out into Pentecostal stuff.
Yeah,
and
Pentecostal stuff.
I didn't know what else to call it.
Pentecostal
Speaking
stuff.
in tongues, I
you
guess.
know.
And I.
Oh wait, you guys don't speak different languages at your church?
Okay.
Well,
Which, by the way, why do they call it speaking in tongues? Because you literally have to use your tongue to speak any word at all.
I think it's because that phrase is translated
I know.
from
I'm
the
being
scriptures.
snarky. I'm being
I know
very
you're being
snarky. I
snarky,
know.
and
you're giving us an eloquent answer.
I
Go
am
ahead.
being
Go ahead.
unsnarky, but
Yes,
off the
yes.
air, I'm going to punch you.
Yes.
These bits are just falling flat.
In Christian love, I'm going to punch you.
Yes, that's right.
So, yeah. Well, I had another way of speaking in tongues, but that's a whole other discussion
yes,
right there.
yes.
So,
thankfully, never mind.
never mind. We're not. Stop.
Okay,
No.
all right,
Filter. Bring in the filter.
Found it.
So,
Found the filter.
I don't even know what I was. Oh, yeah. The first time that happened, I was in 7th grade. And I honestly, my first reaction was, oh, my, kind of like yours, Steve. Oh, my heavens, what is going on?
Yeah, me too.
And then as I learned and understood and began to understand that different groups of folks that gather together to worship God have different forms of expression.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as I visited more and more often and were able to participate in services like that, I was not freaked out. I was extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
And I didn't necessarily participate, but I could still worship because I was gathered together with other people who love Jesus. And we were singing songs of praise to him. We were worshiping him. We were reading the scripture. And as far as I could tell, it was rightly divided. It was a good day.
Yeah.
But the first time, if you've never experienced that before, the first time you see it, it's a little
My brother and I,
freaky.
we used to make bets before church whether or not Lola Rosedal would speak in tongues at that service. I usually always
That's
won.
wonderful that you have her. You still know her name.
Lola. No,
the Silver
Lola
Saints,
Rosedal.
man.
That just sounds like somebody who would attend a church in Montana.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
After
Amazing.
feeding the chickens.
Yeah.
aren't everybody in Montana farmers?
Yeah, we're all farmers, ranchers,
Ranchers.
mostly ranchers. Yeah.
Big sky country.
Big sky country. We like to hang out with grizzly bears and wolves.
Okay.
All right, thank
Well
you
done.
so much, Mom, who sent us the letter. We
Good job.
appreciate it.
Don't buy
thank you,
their
Stormy.
clothes for them.
Yeah.
Don't buy them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
For
hopefully
real.
they learn their lesson,
Yeah.
Now that it's okay to let them buy them back,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
don't give in and buy them back.
There you go.
Because then they'll know that you might follow through partly, but then you'll turn right around and not follow through. So
Coming up at 9, we have a couple guests.
That's
We have
right.
2 new friends that we met yesterday. They came down from Kansas, and
Kansas City.
they're really, really, really cool Starmy members.
Both in radio.
And
Yeah.
they actually decided to take vacation to come down to see Calvary, to see Star 88, and to meet us because they've been listening for a while, and they're just wondering, man, how do these guys put on the best show?
The greatest show I've ever heard in the
You
history
know?
of ever.
the only local show in Albuquerque.
That's right. That's right.
We're exaggerating.
Sure, why not? Maybe a little.
Yeah, but they're amazing. They're
Yeah.
gonna come in and hang out with us at 9
Yeah.
o'clock, which is why Sam's in so early. But yeah, you don't want to miss it. They got a pretty cool story to share.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was fun hanging out with them yesterday.
Whew.
They got to experience a couple of new spots they never experienced.
Oh.
Coming up, we also have a question from a member of the Star Meet who will be getting married tomorrow.
Oh,
Tiffany would love words of wisdom from this 73-year-old man to my left. His name
Beautiful.
is Sam Swan. Him and Brenda have been married for 140 years. And yeah.
Okay.
Coming back, we'll talk marriage. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we've already been doing that. That's a little later, though, parenting and marriage, you know?
Hopefully it's marriage first, and,
Yeah, hey,
and then
that's a
comes
good-
the baby
yeah,
carriage.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
we're hanging out live on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. If you guys want to hang out with us, you can see the Swan. And yeah, well, you guys can also chime in. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
Yeah, give us a text. We're live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Evangel Christian Academy is a private school that is Christ-centered for tomorrow's leaders. With affordable tuition, small classes, a great sports program, and a secure facility, Evangel strives to equip students for the work God has for them. Our high school utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our Academy campus taught by our staff. Evangel uses a leadership-driven and individualized learning model to help prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. To further speak to individual students with various circumstances, we have a Christian-focused online homebound program for up to 20 students, grade 6 through 12. For more information about our programs, grade K through 12, please call 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
Who do you look up to? Don't stop at the stars of this world. Look all the way up to the sun. As Skip Heitzig says,
the people who matter to us are not the ones with the most trophies or wealth or beauty, but those who make the most impact in our lives are those who have cared the most for us.
Hotspot. A high-tech life can lead to low-quality relationships. Right, Skip? Right, Skip.
As technology increases in our world and as personal touch decreases in our world, good friends, the right kind of people, are going to be in even greater demand.
Find more from Skip at connectwithskip.com.
The right kind of people can add to your joy. They can increase your joy. They can enhance your joy. Why? Because they ease our burdens and they take the grind out of life.
Get the Skip Heitzig podcast on your mobile device.
You might have a lot of friends on Facebook, but Facebook friends are different from faithful friends.
Hotspot.
Just like the city lights. Just like the city lights. You're the brightest. You are lighting up the night. You're the wonder, bringing color to our lives. It's your love. Love is breaking through the darkness. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights. Just like the city lights. Just like the city lights. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. We will never be the same, and our hearts cannot contain. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. We will never be the same, and our hearts cannot contain. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. Oh, we're gonna burn bright like the city lights, just like the city lights. We're gonna burn bright like we've come alive, and the world
is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Star 88, New Mexico's fresh alternative.
I've been wrestling with my thoughts, I've been searching for daylight, trying to make sense of the mess, trying to feel like I'm alright. All these questions without answers, feeling restless and abandoned. Will you hear my call? Will you be there when I fall? You say all of this time and I've never let you down. I carried you then, I'll carry you here and now. So don't lose heart and don't forget my work in you ain't finished yet. Hold on to me now, I'll never let you down. I'll never let you down. I'll never let you down. I won't let you down. Oh, I've seen you showing up in the darkest of places, in the moments of my doubt, in the tears that I've tasted. Would you take me this far just to leave me? That's not who you are. I know you hear my call. You're always there when I fall. You say all of this time and I've never let you down. I'll never let you down. I carried you then, I'll carry you here and now. I'll carry you here and now. So don't lose heart and don't forget my work in you ain't finished yet. Hold on to me now, I'll never let you down. I'll never let you down. I won't let you down. I'll never let you down. I won't let you down.
Caught in chaos, I'm knee deep, wrestling with all of my disbelief. In this moment, I hear you speak, break through the noise and consume me. I change with the seasons, I lose sight of faith. When my hope is gone, I know that you'll stay the same. Your gentle whisper, a familiar sound. I know you won't let me down.
This time and I've never let you down. I'll never let you down. I carried you then, I'll carry you here and now. I'll carry you here and now. So don't lose heart and don't forget my work in you ain't finished yet. Hold on to me now, I'll never let you down. I'll never let you down. I won't let you down. I won't let you down. Let you down. Let you down. I won't let you down. Let you down. I'll never let you I'll never let you down.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Good morning. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Dex, Steve-O, Sam Swan, also known as The Swan. We gotta get a t-shirt. We need a Swan t-shirt.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wear it.
I'd wear it. I'd wear it. You know? You guys can chime in. 505-338-3700. What were you said we were going to talk marriage, relationships? What do we got on deck?
Somebody had a question.
Got a question on YouTube, actually, from Tiffany. Saying, can you all pray for me and my fiance getting married tomorrow? Any advice to us?
Ooh.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Don't get married.
Oh, my gosh.
The best we can do.
You dumb.
Just don't do it.
Remember the Stormy said, my best marriage advice is Ephesians 4:26. Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry.
That's
great. That's a great one, and it's hard.
It's difficult to do.
Hard to do.
It is very difficult to do.
Very hard.
And there are
One
definitely
time I said it for
times-
4 days.
Okay.
I'd rather run 100 miles.
Just kidding.
I'd rather run 100 miles sometimes than just try to work it out.
Well, I think here's the thing. Here's the thing. when Chris and I were first married, that was actually a piece of advice that we were given. One big one. Don't ever go to bed angry. Scripture says don't let the sun go down on your anger. But I will say this. There are ways to go to bed where you're not angry and shaking, but still frustrated by a situation enough to still go to sleep and sleep on it, because I think there's also wisdom in letting things breathe a little. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you can get like so heated and then it's like, I can't go to bed angry. We have to solve this right now. And not every human being has that type of response.
Right.
Like, I, of course, want to talk about it instantaneously and become a lawyer, and I've got 17 things, and Chrissy needs a minute to, like...
She's got to process.
Chrissy and I are
She
just
needs to
alike.
process. She's like, I need to process. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we need to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
And the Bible says,
gosh.
don't let the sun go down on your anger, so you wake up right now.
What happens?
We're talking about it right now.
What happens if you get angry after the sun has already gone down? That's a good question.
Dang it.
I know.
You know what's crazy, though? Every time I would wake up the next morning, though, I would feel like the anger would be completely gone, and I would be ready. It was like I needed that break.
It's just not important to you anymore? Okay.
The
So what,
intent-
just sleeping?
It's
was-
important to me. I just wasn't ready to, because
The
I was
intent is
like
to deal with it and not let it
There was
fester.
too much
That's-
emotions.
That's
We were
what
yelling.
the intent of the passage
Right.
in Ephesians. And if it can be done before bedtime, that's
dope.
wonderful.
But sometimes there will be those times.
Making up is fun when
Yeah.
you're married.
Are you
So-
talking about sex?
No.
Oh,
I'm
he's
a
Baptist.
Baptist.
Right. He has five kids, so
We
know
don't
of 5
we don't talk about
instances.
sex because
Yeah.
we're afraid it might break out into dancing.
That's right.
We just don't want that to happen.
But seriously, there
Yeah.
will
No,
be
it
those
is.
times where
Deal with it.
You want to at least put a pin in it,
Right.
and go, hey, we're not going to be able to solve this tonight, but I love you, and we're going to get through this.
I've had to do that with my children.
Yeah.
I am too angry
right
to safely deal with this.
Yeah.
For your safety and my safety.
I don't want to cut you.
I
do
didn't
not want
say
to
that
cut you.
to my kids, but
Right.
I was like,
right.
We're not going to deal with this right now because I need a moment.
Yeah.
And I
it's
would
the-
go outside, take
Yeah.
a walk, and then I could calmly talk about what was wrong, why I got so upset about it, or whatever.
It's like when the boss says, we need to meet this week, and you're sitting there waiting
For a
like,
whole
oh
week.
my gosh, let's just do it now. Let's do it now.
But the difference is the child already knows why I'm angry. There's no mystery. They did something. They violated a rule or whatever, and I am too angry to deal with it at this moment. We are going to deal with this particular issue. You know what the issue is. So there's no mystery. I know what you're talking about when they say, because as a youth pastor, I would have parents say that. But they may not be upset at all. But my default is insecurity. So I would jump to, they say, hey, can we get together later this week? There's something I need to talk to you about. And I'm like, what did I say to their child? Or what
Just
did I,
sitting there like in
for
your
5
head
days.
For 5 days.
And then it turns out they take me to lunch and then they go, I just want to say thanks for all the time that you've been investing in the lives of our kids. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
you are welcome. And thank you for not destroying me in a public place.
Yeah.
I appreciated that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing is my dad, if you ask my mom and dad have been married for 50, going on 55 years.
Oh, God bless them.
56 years. Wow. And so at my nephew's wedding last year, somebody said, what advice that, because at the reception they won the award for being the couple longest married. Yeah.
couple.
So my mom says, never go to bed angry.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she said. My father goes, learn this phrase. yes, dear.
Yeah.
And so it was typical of my mom and dad.
Yeah.
My dad took the humorous route.
Right.
My mom took the, don't ever go
Right.
to bed angry.
Here's some practical
Work it
advice.
out.
Yeah.
Work it out. God wants you
Yeah.
to work it out.
Right.
My mom and your mom speak very
Right.
much the
It's
same,
very the
apparently.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now-
They're cut out of the same mold.
Now,
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, the three of us, we've gone through it. You know, we've been through it for many years. Sam, you've been in it 10 times over with, you know, not the
10
same
times
woman.
over?
Yeah, same
I'm
woman.
like,
I'm
what do you
not
mean 10
saying
times
like
over?
10 different
Wow,
marriages.
you really suck at your
Yeah,
words this
sorry,
morning.
I need to let's just stop right there. So would you say that in this situation, I'm not specifically talking to this couple,
Right.
but to couples out there that they're planning on getting married,
Yeah.
and we would say that marriage counseling, premarital
Talking
counseling,
about marriage so much.
is the best thing for you.
Oh,
Premarital
absolutely.
counseling is the way to go.
But
Yes.
I'm going to put a caveat in there.
Wait,
but
I have something.
only if you're willing to be honest.
Yes.
Well,
Because I'll tell you right now,
And-
everybody goes into marriage counseling, premarital counseling, and they're like,
That's a
"Oh
good
man,
call.
I'm still going to put my best foot forward,
Yeah.
and I'm not
Yeah.
going to talk about these things."
Yeah.
And
Especially
don't
when you're
worry,
young.
when
Yeah.
you're married 2 years, it's going to blow up, and everything's going to go to hell.
You
But that's
need
okay.
To,
That's
you need
okay.
to deal with real issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have
So
to
my whole
be
point
real.
is, you know, when somebody like this in the Starmy hits us up and they're like, "Hey, we're getting married. Any advice?" And I'm thinking in my mind, okay, well, have you gone to premarital
I
counseling?
hope that you have. Yeah.
And that's my question for
Well,
you
they're getting
guys.
married tomorrow.
If you've never gone to premarital counseling and you haven't worked out those things, don't get married.
Dude,
Like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, learn about your partner. Like, learn about them. Like, don't jump into it.
Man, you just
I'm
got,
sorry.
You got heated.
Sorry.
Like, you need to know.
The other thing-
Ask them all the questions.
the other
Test
thing
them.
Right? Test them.
Test
yes.
them.
Test them.
We're talking drug tests, pee tests, blood tests, all the tests.
Cheating tests.
Yes, all of
it.
them.
I have nothing else to add to that.
Whew, sorry. What you do is you get remember that game where you had all the little pieces and then you had to press the board down and you had a timer to see how many you could get. What was that stupid
Yes.
game called? And then it was like trying to pull off all the pieces before the timer and then it was like it was called something. Concentration.
Yeah,
What? No.
That's close.
That's close.
Aggravation. No, that's
Aggravation.
another game.
You play that game with them and you see how they handle
Yeah.
board games. Because for
Yeah.
some reason when you're married, you get stuck playing board games together a lot.
Yeah.
And it's the worst.
Go on a camping trip together. You know, go camping.
Well, I wouldn't.
And
invi-
separate
unless you-
tents.
Unless you have a
Separate tents, Sam,
chaperone.
separate-
Don't do that
separate
without
tents.
a chaperone.
Sorry. Turn it.
Gosh. Send your emails
This is the most
to
honest
studio.
marital advice we've ever given.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So let us know how if you had premarital counseling and how much have you had? Because
How
important.
honest were you really?
It's very important.
The game was
Very
called Perfection.
And
The game was called Perfection.
And it's also not a bad idea to have some newlywed counseling.
That's
To-
right.
To have either an older couple that has a healthy marriage. Let me qualify that. An older couple that you can spend some time with, that you can learn from observation, but also that they might pour into you, and even I'm sure your pastor would be willing to go through a series of post-marital counseling for newlyweds. Now that you've been married for a month, and now that you've discovered he is a cover hog or she is a cover hog,
Right.
it goes both ways.
yeah.
Then how do you deal with those things?
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Because
I
in
like
the premarital counseling, you talk about it, and that's otherworldly stuff.
Yeah.
That's stuff
Right.
that hasn't happened to you yet. But it becomes real world the first time you wake up freezing because your wife has become a blanket burrito next to you.
Wow.
And you are the you're the
Part of the- you're in
refried
the
beans
frozen
because you're
tundra.
not covered
Yes,
in the burrito.
that is right.
So cold.
So
Gosh.
yeah, and then how do you deal with that? Well, you just push your wife off the bed
Oh,
and grab.
okay.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, people are chiming in. Seriously, what we're saying, Cynthia says, wish somebody would have told me that. Really, it should be mandatory premarital counseling. But again,
in some
premarital
places it
counseling?
is.
Yes,
I
agree.
will not. I will not perform a wedding if I have not done the premarital counseling, or like if I've done it for a handful of couples where they live somewhere else. I
Yeah.
can't access. This is before FaceTime and all that.
Yeah.
Where they got premarital counseling with another pastor
Right.
that I knew. I
Yeah.
know the pastor. I know how he's going to help him, and then I would do it. But I will not do a wedding ceremony.
Time?
What's your success rate? I'm just kidding.
How much time do they need?
There's only been about 5 divorces.
How much time would you say they need as far as premarital?
7 years.
I think some of it depends on the couple.
Yeah,
it's biblical.
So but about 6 weeks is a good place to start.
Okay,
a healthy place to start.
Best biblical marriage I've ever got. You work for the dad for 7 years. At the end of the 7 years, you marry the sister, right? And then you work for the dad 7 more years
to marry
and then
the sister that you wanted.
Then you get to marry the one you want.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck with the sisters, and you've worked 14 years, and your back hurts. Oh, you know what? Never mind.
But
Never
see,
mind.
before all of that, you thought you were somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lived in a palace.
Yeah. Am I right?
And then all of a sudden, you find out who you really are, and then you marry the wrong sister.
Oh man.
And then you have to marry the other girl. And then after all of that,
you think you got problems.
All of that, you have to go back to the king, which is really like your brother.
Your brother.
You got to go back to the king and say,
"Listen,
let
Harry, man.
my people go."
Gosh.
Moses, king of the Hebrews.
Oh my gosh! I thought you were talking about Jerry Springer.
We mixed up like multiples.
I thought you were watching last night's episode.
You went like you went Moses. I'm thinking like.
Oh, you were
like Jacob and Esau, like Jacob, like where he was like he worked for the dad for like 7 years, and they gave him like the sister.
Oh, I totally. We mixed our Bible's
totally
narratives.
Put them together. So sorry, Moses was the one with the ark. Moving on. We have so many people chiming in with their marriage advice. Somebody says marriage is like a mortgage. It's smarter to get an apartment and rent first before you decide to be committed for 30 years. Nope, that's not. Okay.
No.
Okay, so I proposed to my fiance a month ago and we go to Calvary. This may sound stupid since we've been attending for over 2 years, but does Calvary offer marriage counseling classes? It is something that we both want to do but don't know where to start. Yes. Ask them.
Yes.
In fact, you can't get married here if you don't go through marriage counseling. Yeah. I know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Foolproof way, play a game of Monopoly with them before you get married.
Oh, that's another good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Go drive in the city with them. Let them drive.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
And if they have road rage, don't marry them.
Somebody says, I may not want to hear this today, but it's clear God knows that I needed to hear it. Had an argument last night. Not yet resolved. Thank you, guys. Wife to wife, never expect him to do things for you. If you want him to do something like the laundry or some random chore around the house, just ask him. As much as we would love it, men are not mind readers.
Oh,
thank you, wife. Thank you for that.
That's a wife that figured it out.
That is an honest wife.
I want to add one little piece to what that wife said, wife to wife. Brenda, are you listening?
Okay.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes. Go ahead.
Now I cannot let the sun. She will not let the sun go down on what I just said to her just now, right? That was it. That was what I'm saying.
Oh.
Brenda, are you listening? That's what I wanted to add. Actually, it was a question. Sorry.
Somebody said be honest about everything in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge one.
Yeah.
Honestly, that goes in line with the marital counseling. You've got to be real because plenty of people have gone through marital counseling because it's like, oh, this is the next thing we have to cross off our list before we get married.
Right.
Much like picking out our invitations and everything else, and you don't take it seriously enough, or you're so blinded by your quote love that you just dismiss all of the negatives, and then you find yourself in this marriage months later going, what? How did I not see this?
Because she was so hot or he was so hot. I mean, that's what happens. You get blinded.
Yeah. Let's see. Gosh, there's so many. I agree with Dex. Get stuff sorted out before you get married. Otherwise, the rest of your lives will be... you have to be open to tackle issues and problems before the marriage, which most people are not willing to. It must be authentic. You have to dive deep. Otherwise, it's meaningless.
Yeah. And the other thing is there's no way you can possibly anticipate every type of conflict that you're going to encounter through the course of your marriage. However, what you can learn is great disagreement skill. I mean, you're going to have disagreements. You need to learn to deal with those disagreements in a healthy way.
Yeah.
So you can't anticipate every single thing that you're going to fight about, but you can learn how to fight fair and fight correctly and have discussions and disagreement. And it's okay to even disagree on crazy, and never ever come to an agreement on it. And as long as you know how to work through that and it doesn't affect how you feel about that person.
Chuck chimed in from New Jersey. Said, quote from Josh McDowell, You have heard, don't be unequally yoked with an unbeliever, but I'm telling you, don't be unequally yoked with a believer. Some people are in different walks with the Lord. They have different goals. They have different passions, end quote. In other words, you got to get to know the person ahead of time.
Yeah,
that's good advice.
Yeah,
that is really good advice.
Yeah, when I was talking about I don't do a wedding ceremony for someone that is not, that we don't do wedding counseling. Yeah. That's I'll talk with you about that after. But also I will not marry a believer and an unbeliever.
Yeah.
I won't do a wedding for that.
Yeah.
And that's made a couple people mad, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
Lola said also, you cannot fix another person. He or she will not magically change once you're married. So
good word.
If there are like problems ahead of time, just know.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. You have to realize you can't change your partner, but you can change.
You can change, absolutely.
You can change, and I feel like that's where we mess up. Is we should all be striving to change for the better. We always want to better ourselves every day, and we should want that and strive for that. And some people,
it's as believers, it's part of the process of the transformation of our hearts. As God is transforming our hearts, He's making us, molding us, and shaping us into what He wants us to be. That if we're allowing Him to do that, if we're not preventing Him or putting up blocks to keep Him from working in our lives in that way, then we will grow in these areas that He wants us to grow in.
Right.
And as we're focused on deepening and strengthening our relationship with the Lord, that overflows out of our hearts and affects other relationships. And it's not so much at looking at somebody else and saying, I wish they would not be this way anymore, but that self-reflection and saying, God, what is it that you are revealing to me?
Yeah.
And then saying, I don't want to be selfish anymore. I don't want to fly off the handle anymore. I don't want to, whatever.
Yeah. Renewing our minds, man, every day.
That goes in line with what Kevin is saying on YouTube. He said, make sure you're both wielding the same weapon. You have to always fight fair. It's true.
Yeah.
Dude,
so if your wife has a battle axe and you have a knife,
don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Never bring a knife to a gunfight. And in marriage with the wife, it's all gunfights.
And you can't do it.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
And you can't do it at my house because there's no swords allowed.
That's right, no swords.
Nana and
No
Papa's house
swords.
ever again.
505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. Good morning.
Okay.
Oh.
Gone. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Sorry.
Somebody says, never say divorce unless you mean it. It should never be used as a threat or brought up in fights. I've heard that, and I agree with that. But, like, does that mean, like, hey, we agreed to never use the word divorce, and then once it's uttered out of, like, anger, all of a sudden it's like, well, I guess it's over.
The D word, bro. Stay away from the D word.
That was one big piece of advice that I was told. Yeah.
Well, it's not just the word, but the idea.
The thought.
The thought.
The idea.
You're not
entertaining.
Brent and I entered our relationship, our marriage, with the idea that
you're stuck.
There's not.
I mean, you're gonna work it out.
See, and the funny thing is,
I
I tease all the time about her being stuck with me. I've never said that I'm stuck with her.
Does Brenda make you do suicides if you get in trouble? You know, like the basketball court where you have to hit every line and go back.
And run the lines. Yeah. She takes me down to the school, to the gym.
Did you just give up today?
What are you talking about? She's a gym teacher. You know what? You're right. They're just falling flat, dude.
No, that was a good one.
All week, my bits have been terrible.
That was a good one.
Oh,
she makes me. We
thanks,
call them running
Dex
lines.
gave up. He gave up.
We didn't call them suicides. We just call them running lines. You have to run lines.
I'm like trying too hard. That's why I'm like,
no, what she does is she takes me out in the heat of the day and makes me run 4 miles when it's 97 degrees outside and doesn't give me any water.
Yeah.
Except for, no, I'm just kidding. I'm making my wife sound horrible and mean. Everybody who knows Brenda Swan knows that she is the sweetest person alive.
Mrs. Swan.
And by the way, I'll just say this: I didn't say anything a lot during the wedding because it was Emily's day.
Yeah,
on July 28th. It was a beautiful
Was
wedding.
it beautiful?
It was beautiful. And
Good.
I need to post a video somewhere. Emily and I did. We came out like we got in a pose like we were going to do like a formal ballroom kind of a dance for the daddy-daughter dance, father-daughter dance. But we broke into Blame It on the Boogie and did this. My show choir self had just shown up. It was good. It was fun. I'll try to find a video to show you guys.
I love
so anyway, what I was going to say is that's also July 28th is also mine and Brenda's anniversary. But that last weekend was Emily's day, so we didn't talk a lot about our anniversary. So I just want to say happy anniversary to Brenda. And the 34 years that we've been married have been the most amazing 34 years of my life. I'm just going to throw that out there. Since
That's
I
cool,
get
man.
a public forum like this, I'm going to take full advantage. Because I kept my mouth shut during the wedding because it was Emily and Andy's day.
Yeah, you didn't want to steal their thunder.
No, not at all.
Even though they stole your thunder.
But I will from now on. But I'm not selfish.
No, you're not
Well,
selfish.
I'm not
You're
that
not.
selfish. I'm still a little selfish.
Yeah.
Can we turn the air up in here?
Right?
Good morning.
Man.
Stormy, hi.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, are you guys still talking about marriage advice?
Marriage, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was going to say honesty in the beginning of the marriage is a big thing. It was for my marriage anyways, like being honest about everything. And, I mean, because even like, you know, like today there's not a lot of, you know, virgin weddings, you know, like not people have already been married usually or have had boyfriends and, you know, girlfriends. But it saved my marriage in a couple places because my wife was surprised with something, but something I already told her about. And, you know, that's come up a lot, actually. But just honesty about everything in the beginning is pretty important because big surprises later on could turn into a fight or divorce or just, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Sorry.
premarital counseling, man. You got to work those things out, be honest, before you walk down the aisle.
Yeah, totally.
Good stuff, dude.
Thanks,
Anyways,
man.
Bye.
Thanks, man. Have a good weekend.
So many people chiming in.
Yeah, we started talking about marriage because we had a Stormy member that
Getting married tomorrow.
texted in, said, hey, we're getting
Congratulations,
married
by the
tomorrow.
way.
Any advice since Sam is there?
Don't say congratulations. You don't know the couple. You don't know them. You don't know. You don't know. We have so many people chiming in with words of wisdom that they got maybe on their wedding day or things that they,
I do have, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Were you going to read one of those?
Oh, I have a bunch to read. But
Okay, well, I was just going to say one more thing.
Yeah.
Let's assume that they've done all the stuff that we've been talking about that they should do before they get married.
Yeah.
So here is one word of advice. Well, not
Share
that
it.
we haven't been giving actual
Share it.
advice.
Yeah.
Enjoy the day. If during the ceremony, if something goes wrong, it'll just be a great story for you to tell your children and your grandchildren at some point in the future, and it'll be something. Just laugh it off. Don't be uptight if things don't go exactly the way that you think that they're going to go, because there might be something wrong.
DJ plays the wrong song.
DJ plays
I
the
lost
wrong
count at
song.
53 words. You said one word of advice, and then you just kept talking.
Sorry.
Dude, he's old, Steve-O. He can't count anymore.
I was like, what's the word?
Okay,
what's the one word?
I've got
Patience. Enjoyment. Joy. Enjoy the moment.
Yes.
Live in the now.
Yes.
Enjoy the I've got 3 words of advice.
Yes.
Shut up, Steve-O. Wait, that's a hyphen. I got one more.
Yes.
Now. Shut up, Steve-O, now.
Beautiful.
Now you know.
Remember the Stormy says, give your spouse Wi-Fi that takes longer than 15 seconds to load. You'll learn really quickly who they are.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Somebody else said, anytime my wife and I have a disagreement that goes into the night, I tend to wake up early when the kids and her are still asleep. I make a cup of coffee, sit in the living room, and in the quiet moment to myself, I realize how blessed I am and how small our disagreements really are. When she wakes up, I greet her with love and affection. Sometimes we talk it out, other times no words are needed. Marriage is not that complicated. It just takes 2 willing souls. Okay.
I like that.
Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
Hey, so I'm getting married next month.
Hey!
This is Jared, by the way.
Yeah! Dude!
Hey, man.
Smurfy!
Yeah, so I've been going through some premarital counseling, and I feel like there's already been something that's come up that I needed help on, and so I had to get some godly counsel, and that piece of advice was, well, I actually found out that my fiance really doesn't like Lord of the Rings, and so we had to fix that before I'm going to be
Yeah.
These are important things, man.
These are important things. What? How can you even have common interest? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know. So we talked it out, prayed, again, sought godly counsel, and I have to say that this past week we watched all the extended editions of Lord of the Rings.
Beautiful.
Loves it.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And so now I don't have any doubts anymore.
Wow.
So this is good.
Wow.
Really,
Good job, man.
really happy.
You worked
So-
it through,
glad
man.
you're focused and just diving deep.
Premarital counseling works. It's
Yes.
for everyone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
That's so
Jared,
So-
can I just be honest and say this is exactly why premarital counseling doesn't work all the time? You guys are diving deep on that Lord of the Rings. Really hope it works out, buddy. I really do. I'm just kidding. I love this man so much.
Appreciate it.
So,
I appreciate it.
yeah, buddy.
She's not listening. She's still asleep. So
Oh, that's
I
good.
think I'm,
There you go.
I'm good.
You're
That's
good.
good.
You're good.
All right, man.
Good deal.
Later, dude.
All right.
Jared.
Doesn't sound like Jared's taking it seriously.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
have to
was gonna
fight him
say
later.
that. I was
I'm gonna have to
gonna
fight him.
say.
He was my drummer for years in worship.
He's.
I love that kid.
He's a good kid.
He's not a kid anymore.
I know he's not. It's crazy.
Not a kid anymore, guys.
They all grow up, Steve. When you turn 40,
Yep.
you're on the downhill side.
I know.
Bro.
I know.
Pretty soon
happens,
you'll
dude.
catch up to me. Do me a favor, help me up when you catch up to me. Will you?
Speaking of great old man wisdom and truer words never spoken. It is better to live alone than with a quarrelsome wife. Remember these words forever. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Solomon.
That's good.
tattoo that
Yeah.
on your body somewhere.
Somebody said, I just want to say thank you all so much for this advice. I can't wait for my wife to get here. She's coming from Russia. I just checked the shipment tracker. She's in transit from L.A. this morning.
You can track.
Oh, man, that's so great. You guys,
wouldn't it?
It's going to be great.
Wouldn't it be better to have that quarrelsome wife thing tattooed on your wife as a reminder to her?
As a reminder to her.
Yeah, don't be quarrelsome.
Don't be going tattooed on her.
Well, he said I'm going to tattoo.
I didn't
on
say
me.
that, Sam.
You said tattooed
I
on
did say
yourself.
that. I did say that.
Yeah.
So the Russian bride, I'd like to know how that works out. Because I have one more child that needs to get married. So I
Okay, no, that's not. No.
All right. Gosh. Thank you, Starmy, for chiming in. Some good advice. But hey, Starmy members, getting married tomorrow. Follow your guts. Follow your guts, man. You know?
Follow your guts?
Follow your guts, dude. Maybe after this conversation that we just had, maybe you're like, you know what? Maybe we should hold off. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Because that commitment is so big, right?
Yeah, as a member of the
Huge.
Starmy texted in, marriage is not 50-50, it's 100-100.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's
good.
good.
Word.
Yeah.
Good word. They must have gone to marital counseling.
We're live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Robert Morris reminds us it's all about the heart.
God did not create giving for his sake. He created giving for your sake. Giving, more than any other activity that a believer does, works selfishness and greed out of our lives. This is why I don't like much of the preaching I hear on giving, because it's give to get. Giving you'll get, giving you'll get. And let me tell you what that does. It actually works selfishness and greed back in your life. And how do you think God feels? When a preacher preaches, giving you'll get, and people say, well, I want to get, so I'm going to give. I wonder if God is thinking, well, this is great. All of my people are catching the revelation of getting. No, we need to catch the revelation of giving.
Robert Morris and a Star 88 PowerPoint.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like chili rellenos, burrito de Eduardo, the B.O.G. burrito, and carne adobada. La Salita is friendly to those who are vegan or gluten-free and offers catering, as well as a rewards program at 1950 Wantabo or online at lasalita.com. Star 88 thanks La Salita for their support.
This week on Connect with Skip Heitzig, Skip tells us what we can look forward to in heaven the most.
Heaven's main attraction is not stuff. Heaven's main attraction is God. He'll be there. You'll be with him. Heaven will display God's glory undiminished, full screen. The wow factor will be immense.
Connect with Skip Heitzig this week as he continues the series Technicolor Joy.
Make an appointment for Skip Heitzig weekdays at 8 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. Dwight Moody is quoted as saying, "A man ought to live so that everybody knows he's a Christian. And most of all, his family ought to know." That's a solar flare on Star 88.
Taking me some time to understand. Living in the past, not to man. So I'll run from it, I know I will. Maybe when you're drunk, you'll call me up and talk about the girls you
Robert Mueller's team has reportedly offered the White House new options for an interview with President Trump that could limit some questions or accept some answers in writing.
19 states are suing the Trump administration to block its proposed rollback of tougher mileage requirement for cars.
Ohio State University's head football coach, Urban Meyer, is on paid administrative leave.
Apple becomes the first publicly traded company to be worth $1 trillion.
Law enforcement agencies in Northern California are moving to crack down on looting in neighborhoods evacuated in the face of the car fire.
The coroner's report is in on Art Bell, the former syndicated radio host. His death apparently due to an accidental overdose of prescription drugs.
The Israeli military says it has targeted a group of ISIS militants crossing into the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights.
Chrysler is recalling popular Ram pickup trucks.
These pickups have tailgates that can open while the trucks are moving.
Pope Francis has changed the Catholic Church's teaching on the death penalty. The Church's new policy says capital punishment is inadmissible under all circumstances.
Hey, Sagebrush Church is collecting supplies to help teachers stock their classrooms. Guys, school is starting. We're just a couple weeks away. Brenda's already back, right?
She actually reports Monday.
Yeah.
I think all APS teachers report Monday, and they will work for the whole week without students, and then the students go the week after that.
Yep.
But it's close.
Yeah. So, knowing that school's about to start, there's a lot of teachers. We know they need help because sometimes they're using their own money to get supplies, which is unacceptable. And schools, we need to help out. Our school systems, don't get me started. I was about ready to go on a rant. But Sagebrush Church is doing something really cool. They're collecting facial tissues, disinfecting wipes, copy paper. You can drop them off at any Sagebrush location now through August 4th and 5th. Star88.fm, all the information.
That's right. Oh, hi, friends.
Oh,
Look at this.
Our friends
Sneaking in
coming
the
up here,
background.
9 o'clock hour. Our friends from Kansas will be joining us. Pretty cool.
But they're already they're hidden. They're hidden on Facebook. You can't hide anymore in radio.
Yeah.
Now that there's the cameras and all the fun.
Right.
Oh, Sam Swan hanging out with us.
Yeah.
The Swan. We're talking marriage, which
the Swan.
I don't know, man. I think I'm done with marriage.
Okay.
Advice, dude. Advice.
I'm like, are you finally opening up?
No, stop it right now. I was gonna say.
Oh, this conversation
we've
took
already
a turn.
talked about it for 30 minutes. Jeez.
Oh, you mean as far as our on-air topic?
What are you guys talking about?
I don't know. We were just listening to you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Have you guys ever heard of smoked watermelon?
Oh.
They're hard to light.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Why
dude,
are you doing this? I'm so
amazing.
hungry.
I know.
I'm so hungry.
Guys, let me tell you about smoked watermelon.
I love the picture.
Let me tell you about it.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at a picture of a smoked watermelon, and it looks like a juicy ham, maybe a prime rib, a nice ribeye cut.
It really does, actually.
It does. It's crazy.
How does this work? Tell me, please. I have a smoker.
Food Beast, they posted a video of a New York City restaurant named Duck's Eatery and their watermelon steak. It's where they
weird, man.
soak the melon in brine and then smoke it and then pan roast it. A watermelon steak.
I will say, I went to one of those Brazilian joints, and they did the pineapple thing. And that's good, but I was kind of weirded out because it's warm pineapple. I feel like warm watermelon would just be odd.
Well,
do you know what I'm saying?
Let's find out what they say.
It looks like a steak, but it's actually a watermelon. And what they've done is smoke this watermelon for 8 hours. They brine it in a mixture of salt, ash, and spices for 4 days. Then they smoke it for another 8 hours. And then they put it in a pan and roast it in its own juice and rosemary. And then it's sliced table side, and it looks like the rarest steak you've ever seen.
It does.
This thing is split the internet in two.
Split the internet in two.
Split it in two, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Much like a watermelon at a Gallagher show.
Dude, we're doing smoked watermelon.
At a Gallagher, yeah.
Thank you.
Let's do it, guys.
The old guy caught your reference.
You got a smoker? We could
I
throw
do.
that thing in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet it's so delicious.
Yeah.
Is it really worth waiting the 97 hours it takes to prepare
No.
this?
See, I always wanted that.
They lost
when
me.
I buy a watermelon, I want to eat it.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait.
See, that's why I don't know if I could ever own a smoker because I don't have the patience. I want to eat.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there all day and what do you baste it and you're constantly having to add water
That's
to the
why
smoker.
I like going to places that do the smoking for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you just order it, right?
Yeah.
So, Steve,
exactly.
I want you to prepare this and serve it to us.
Yeah.
Look at you cutting right. He's cutting right into this smoked watermelon, and it looks like he's cutting into a ham. It's beautiful.
I'm
You
kind of
guys
like
have to
Steve.
Google
I'm
it.
not sure about how that's going to taste.
Oh, it's all steamy hot. Yeah, I don't know. Hot watermelon? I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's try it. Steve-O, this weekend, bro.
You got a smoker? You got a smoker, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I have an appetite, so let's go.
All right. Can do.
505-585-LIVE. You want to text into the show. Also, phone lines are open, 505-338-3700. Sam, would you like to take this opportunity to talk to Brenda since we didn't get to? Did you want to?
I did earlier.
I don't know if you dug yourself out of a hole.
Oh, okay, no,
I'm good.
No,
I don't
he's
know.
good.
I just got
He's
a text
good.
message.
Trust
on the
me,
live
if
line.
there's other marital advice to
Did
know,
Brenda just
it's
text
know
you
when
on
to
the
shut
live
up.
line?
You
On the live
just
line.
stop talking.
What did she say?
Stop talking. You quit while you're behind. No, she did not.
She said you didn't do enough. I need
No,
more.
no, she did
Okay.
not. That doesn't sound
Suicides
anything
when you
like
get
her.
home is what she said.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what's going to
I'll
happen.
put on my running shoes.
Have we gotten an update from Seth? And
Yeah, born. Oh, did I not mention that already?
Oh
No, you
my
Sorry,
said-
my
gosh.
bad. My bad.
Are you kidding
Yeah, like an
me?
hour ago.
What?
Yeah, my
Are
bad.
you serious?
Yeah, Brit had the baby about an hour ago.
Oh!
Sorry, my bad. My bad.
I want to punch you right now. I
So,
can't
yeah.
believe you didn't say
That's
anything.
Good. That's good. They're all good. Everybody's
I've been
healthy.
waiting for an update.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
You know what?
Yeah.
Put your phone down.
No, I'm trying to get the. I'm getting it right there.
Oh.
At 7:49 a.m., Jarrett Ryder.
Jarrett Ryder?
Jarrett Ryder.
That's a strong name.
That's a cool
JR,
name.
bro.
Jarrett Ryder.
JR McVeigh. Jarrett Ryder.
Thanks, Britt, for calling
Yeah,
us.
Seth
during
made the big announcement.
birth.
Born 8/4/2018 at 7:49 a.m. Only it's the 3rd, not the 4th. So, yeah. Good thing he's not like Paul Revere because he got the date wrong. But
Well, he's freaking out. His wife just had a baby.
yeah.
If you
So there
if
you
you
go.
missed it this morning when we kicked off the show, Britt called and she had a contraction
Yeah.
while she was on the phone with us, and you could hear Seth in the background, and then Britt was yelling. I
Yeah.
think he got hit over the head with
Yeah.
something. It was
Actually,
beautiful.
he instantaneously messaged us on Facebook for all of the Starmy members. So if you had actually ever read Facebook Live,
Mhm,
like
yep.
you would have known that because
well,
he announced it. He also
He's
gave
fine.
the
He has
the
a
incorrect-
concussion now.
He gave the incorrect date. So
He has a concussion. That's why.
We'll
Yeah.
we'll give him a little
So,
license.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So yeah,
Beautiful.
good job. Good job, the McVeighs. That's awesome.
Good job, the McVeighs.
Good job on that name.
Yeah.
Jarrett Ryder.
Yeah. Hey, can we talk about something really, really important right now?
Mm-hmm.
There's a new movie releasing in theaters today that's got some controversy.
No way, really?
Controversy.
Controversy. You guys remember that little bear named Winnie the Pooh?
Aye.
New movie, Christopher Robin, fresh take on the beloved Winnie the Pooh story, this time concentrating, of course, on Ewan McGregor, grown-up Christopher Robin. And it's adorable. He's hanging out. He's got all of his childhood friends with him. But one big thing that people are not necessarily a fan of is the fact that Winnie the Pooh is wearing a shirt and no pants.
Oh.
Are people really upset
Listen,
about
guys,
that?
listen.
Wait.
This is real life 2018.
I'm trying to remember. Did Pooh not?
No.
Have...
He's never had pants, bro.
Never had
He's
pants.
always had the red T-shirt, no pants.
Okay.
And he's a stuffed bear.
Yes. Also, acceptable conversation. Donald Duck, who also wears a shirt and no pants,
Yes.
but for some reason, when he takes a shower, comes out with a towel around his waist, but no top. That's real.
That's a sight gag.
Well,
That's
drying
actually
off the
real.
feathers, bro.
That's actually real.
That's just comedy.
Yeah.
Piglet just has a bandana on.
It's gotten to a point where, like, the people in the film are having to come to its defense. Like Haley Atwell, who was Agent Carter in the Marvel film,
I
said,
love Haley
I
Atwell.
think it's a winning move. I think we should all embrace it. I mean, it's long been a symbol of his go with the flow lifestyle with a shirt and no pants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't tell
He's
you
like-
how many times I see people in
mean,
Albuquerque walking around
yeah.
with just a shirt
I'm
and
just
no
saying,
pants.
she
It is
said
disgusting.
he's like the happiest
But Winnie the
creature that
Pooh-
ever existed. Maybe it's just because he gets to roam free, you know, pantless.
It was a different time.
But
back then.
yeah. He also can pull it off, said the director. You know, he's himself. He doesn't feel like he needs to lose a few pounds. He's very zen about it. Just just a top with no pants.
There are some people that can pull it off.
Yeah. So
let's watch the trailer again.
Okay.
I do like a party.
Come on, Pig.
What should happen if you forget about me?
Okay, no more.
I love you, Pooh, and I'll never watch you.
By the way, the earliest renditions of Winnie the Pooh was just Bear. Get it? When he's a bear. He was
not gonna
completely.
give you a laugh.
Although, like Disney acquired the rights to the character in the 1960s, and when they first drew him, they put the red crop top on with no pants, and that look was cemented forever. But originally, he was just kind of walking around in the buff. So, the bare necessities, if you will. And they changed it because they wanted him to match Donald Duck's look, apparently. So, I can't believe this was a conversation, but this is a real conversation. Like,
this isn't like on Babylon Bee or something. This is real.
Yes, Babylon Bee.
I love Babylon Bee. It's satire.
It's Winnie the Pooh, man. Mark says this is unbearable.
Are these grown adults that are complaining about this?
I mean, I don't know. Jared did point out that Tom and Jerry never wore clothes except when they went to the beach. They had swimsuits
on.
Yes.
It's a sight gag. It's a joke. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Somebody said next people are going to complain that real bears are walking around without clothing.
That's true.
You know? So.
Does a bear wear a shirt in the forest?
I mean, who didn't wear it better? Winnie the Pooh or Yogi Bear? Thank you, Josh, for chiming in with that one.
Yeah.
He wore a hat, right? What did Yogi wear?
He wore a hat. Yeah. No. Smokey Bear wears a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't wear any other clothes?
No, I think I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Mark chimed in and said, so I guess that means Winnie the Pooh is bare bottom.
You know what? You guys can never make fun of my jokes again. All right? My bits were solid this morning.
Dex, for the record, it was only Steve.
He wore a hat and a scarf. He wore a tie. That's
Tie,
right. He wore a
that's what it
tie.
was.
And he had pants,
Not
bro.
Smokey.
Smokey
We're
wears
talking
pants
about
and a hat.
Yogi Bear, dude. Yogi Bear.
I asked
You
the question
said
about
Smokey.
Smokey.
Not Yogi
No, he
the
said
Bear.
Yogi. I
Yogi
said
Bear.
Smokey Bear.
Why did you? Yeah, he wears a tie.
He just
Wow.
wears a tie.
What a party animal. He just he
Yeah.
wore a collar and a tie. That's it.
He's a formal bear.
Man.
Yeah.
He had a hat.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
boo-boo.
Is it weird that this has become a conversation? Shout out to libs everywhere. I'm just kidding.
We need to bear down.
Gosh. Yeah. He never wears pants, guys. It's gonna be okay.
The topic is
gonna be
what
okay.
cartoon character offended you?
Yeah, that's right.
You guys can text in, you can call us, and you can just let us know. You know?
Man.
As Christians, should we be watching
Should we be, yes.
Winnie the Pooh?
Yes. We need to boycott that movie.
Oh,
Sorry.
my
Yeah, because we're out.
Thank you. I couldn't
Sorry,
reach.
you're back. My bad.
I couldn't reach over there.
Sorry. You can punch me if you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So somebody wants to
cut.
know why the Charmin adult bears wear clothes, but the Cubs don't wear anything. Do the Charmin bears wear clothes?
Well, you know what?
I don't know. That whole commercial just makes me uncomfortable anyway. It really does.
How do you spell Charmin? Is that
How
S?
did we get here?
Charmin.
No, C-H, man. Charmin, bro.
Charmin bear.
You are terrible at spelling. They don't wear clothes.
They're naked.
None of them. They're all nude.
They're all nude.
They're not nude. They've got fur.
Okay.
You know, I have fur too.
Unless Fuzzy Wuzzy
'Kay.
wasn't Fuzzy, was he?
Okay, wow.
I could say the same thing about myself.
Yeah, but Lauren is with the people that are outcrying like outrageous things. If he has a shirt, why no pants? Like, why just a shirt? Why does he need anything?
Okay, I have another question. Does anybody believe that he's real?
Does
It's
anyone
a toy.
Whoa, Winnie the Pooh is very real.
believe
Very real in my heart.
Well, I would agree with that. Winnie the Pooh is probably my favorite Disney character.
Is real.
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh and I grew up together.
Oh, man.
I've been around as long as Winnie the Pooh has been.
Rodney
but I,
says,
for the record, am wearing pants. Just
finally, someone mentions the shirt only Pooh wears. What about Tigger? Like, what about everybody else in
that's the question I
100 Acre?
have.
Yeah. Eeyore, by the way, somebody, can they get that dude some Prozac? That's what. Thank you, Rodney. Thank you, Rodney, for that one.
That was a good one. That was a
Google
good one.
says it's a true story right here. The true story behind Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin. It's true.
Yeah.
It's a true story.
For those of you that took my antidepressants, I hope you're happy now.
Okay. Gosh. Anyways, there you go.
Do bears really love honey? That's what I want to know.
In case you're just
You gonna
curious
Google
about the latest controversies, that's really in the headlines today. Winnie the Pooh.
It's a slow
pantless.
news day.
Yeah.
Yep, they love honey and beehives.
When does that movie open?
Today.
Oh, I think I'm going to take Brenda out on an
Yeah.
anniversary date a week late.
There you go.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I'll never watch that movie. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm less offended by Winnie's lack of pants as the cartoon where they were nailing a tail to Eeyore's bum. Anybody remember that one?
Yeah,
And it was crooked.
Yeah, that's
They didn't get it.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite centered. Those of us with OCD were a little bothered by that. Yeah, okay.
Am I allowed to Google cartoon characters without pants? Is that going to come up weird?
No, you just
Sam, you're the resident pastor. Am I allowed to do that? It's like the number one. It's the number one Google. You know what? I'm just going for it. Okay. Porky Pig.
It's like the Friends episode.
Exactly.
Where Chandler was asking why Donald Duck put the towel around his waist
right.
when he gets out of the shower.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks, man.
Okay. You know, this
Mickey
isn't
Mouse,
new.
Mickey Mouse didn't wear a shirt.
Squidward on the list of
Okay.
cartoon characters that don't wear pants. I don't know how this is real, guys. Like the Minions, they they kind of wear some clothing, but not really.
What kind of a world are we living in?
I don't know. Porky Pig wore like a suit jacket and a tie, but no pants.
Yeah.
So that guy, sorry, yeah.
Watch out, there's a microphone there.
Mickey wears shorts but no top. Tony the Tiger with his handkerchief. I'm just saying, like it's.
What does
It
Daisy
just
wear?
got really weird.
Daisy the Duck. What does she wear?
Daisy the Duck.
Is that her name? Daisy Duck?
Just Daisy.
Daisy Duck?
Just Daisy Duck. Yeah.
does she wear?
I don't know. Daisy Duck. I should just Google that. I can't believe we're doing this.
Like, Google that for me.
Yeah. So
I'm so thankful for Google.
Yeah. Yep. She wears a top.
And no bottom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they're consistent, at least.
Yes. That is proper attire for ducks.
Because that, I was going to say, that is a proper duck attire.
The real question I've always had, and this is serious for Disney, is why is it that Goofy and Pluto are in the same universe when Goofy is like upright and wearing full clothes,
And Pluto's a real dog. I mean,
with a collar,
who acts like a dog.
acts like a dog and barks and stuff, and it's like
Because everybody
is that
has to have-
evolution.
everybody has to have a pet.
Sorry.
Did you just say evolution in
I said
front of
evolution
me?
on Christian radio.
We got to go
Goofy
to break
was,
now.
yes,
Oh, my gosh.
He was making the point within the realm of Disney. Those crazy libs, man. Am I right?
Libs.
I'm just gonna keep using that
Now we're
word today
talking.
because I think
That's
it's
so great.
hilarious.
Dude,
when
every
people
time
do
you
that.
say that, like their Facebook audience just goes
It
crazy. And, like, more
skyrockets.
people like
More-
join.
Yeah, I know,
Yep.
dude. Oh, Bill O'Reilly just joined.
Oh,
That's
nice.
cool. Yeah. So, yep.
He must
There we
have
go.
finished his spin class.
Yeah.
Sam, go ahead. Say something nice about your wife. Go ahead.
What, are you going to put me on the spot?
Yeah, because we got to kick you out here in a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that, but I didn't know I had to.
I'm
That a
just trying to help
prerequisite
you
was
out.
for me. Okay. Brenda, happy anniversary.
Oh.
Last week. 34 years of
34.
marital bliss.
34 is just such a weird number.
I know. I look a lot
You don't
younger.
really need it. Yeah.
I know. It's not a
You don't have to
special
say
number.
anything on 34.
No.
Yeah.
I do need to buy dinner, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, go get her some ribs or something, you know?
She does
A rack of ribs.
She is a carnivore. She
All
likes
right.
steak, so.
Swan, we love you, dude.
Love you guys.
Glad you
Thanks
made
for
it in.
having me.
All right. When we come back from the Dreamstyle Remodeling 38 Studios, with a couple new Starmy members we'd like to introduce you to, all the way from Kansas. So we'll talk to them next. Hang out.
In this Hot Spot, Skip Heitzig warns of knowing about God instead of truly knowing Him.
They know certain attributes of God, certain doctrines of God. They tell you a lot about Him. They know a lot about Him, but they do not know Him.
Hot Spot. Skip continues with vital info about the new identity of a Christian.
So to be in Christ means this. When God looks at you now, He sees Christ. He no longer sees your imperfections, your failures, and your sins. He sees the Savior who died for them.
Subscribe to the Skip Heitzig podcast on your mobile device at all the usual podcast places.
True righteousness can't be produced. True righteousness must be provided.
Skip says right standing with God is an amazing gift.
Biblical righteousness is when God takes Jesus Christ's perfect record and superimposes it over my imperfect life. I'm in Christ. He sees me. He sees Christ. His righteousness given to me.
Hot Spot. A Starty 8 Supernova. Here's Rick Warren.
God made you. He knows you better than you know you. He knows what'll make you happy more than you do. He knows what you need more than you do. Why don't you trust your Father, the one who made you? You wouldn't take the next breath if it weren't for Him. And God knows what's going to make you happy. Now, you know, I mean, if you've been at Saddleback, you know what God has said about this and about purpose. This next verse is one of our most familiar verses, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know, God says, the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They're plans for good and not for evil. Plans to give you a future and a hope. You're going to trust your feelings, you're going to trust your Father. He says, I have these plans. But you know what happens with plans? You have to wait on God's timing. Not all plans happen overnight.
Catch Rick Warren's Daily Hope on KNKT 107.1 weekdays at 7:30 a.m. This is KLYT Albuquerque, Santa Fe, rebroadcast on KKCJ Cannon Air Force Base, KPKJ Mintmore, K201CC Las Cruces, K203EZ Alamogordo, K207CQ Gallup, K211CW Hobbs, K212EH Silver City, K214DE Antonito, K218AK Artesia, K250AB Roswell, K293AO Alamosa, K228DQ Portales, in the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
Take a step back, take a good look at myself. I can admit that I fell so far that I need your help. I'd be happy to try and tell you the truth. I'm scared of what that will do, but I need to be straight with you. I made a mess, would you love me? Would you love me less if I confess? Forgiveness, forgiveness. I made a mess, would you love me? Would you love me less if I confess? Don't give up on me just yet. I need your forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Take a look at how we can find a cure. Can we use honest words, even if the healing hurts? Look in my eyes, I need to apologize, though I can't turn back time. Your love will erase my crimes. I made a mess, would you love me? Would you love me less if I confess? Forgiveness, forgiveness. I made a mess, would you love me? Would you love me less if I confess? Don't give up on me just yet. I need your forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. Asking forgiveness. Heart's wide open, can you let me explain? I was so messed up, and I'm only a human. I'm the first to admit it. I made a mistake. Don't give up on me just yet. I need your forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Open, can you let me explain? I was so messed up, and I'm only a human. I'm the first to admit it. I made a mistake. Don't give up on me just yet. I need your forgiveness.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Sure is. Good morning.
That's us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God.
Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Party Horn Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Brody?
That's a great question.
We got to get him on this hour. We haven't heard from Brody. Steve-O's 5-year-old. He's 5 still, right?
Yeah.
He's 5 years old, guys. He used to be a staple. He used to be on every week, and we haven't heard from him all summer.
We can ask him about his summer.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 guests in the studio right now that we would like to introduce you to. They're Starmy members from Kansas. First up, Rebecca. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nathan.
How's it going?
What's happening, guys?
Gosh, you guys have great
chilling.
radio voices.
You put Nathan back in the corner.
I know. I did this on purpose.
Yeah, you didn't want to be in the spotlight?
I am
though?
not on camera.
Okay, well, I mean, I get it. We don't want to be on camera either, but I mean, it's what we do.
It's your own fault.
Yep. Yeah, you guys should definitely try the radio thing out, you know? Cause
yeah, we've been thinking about it.
Yeah. Was that a dumb bit again?
That was, I mean, gosh. Okay, let's talk about this. You guys drove in on, what, Wednesday?
I don't even know what day it is anymore.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I thought today was Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, I think like Tuesday night we started driving here.
Okay.
That's why it's so confusing. So then we got in Wednesday morning. Yeah, we drove like 13 hours throughout the night to get to Albuquerque because Star 88 is so awesome. We were like, we need to go on vacation somewhere. Let's go visit Star 88.
Yeah. See, I feel like there's more to the story that you're not telling us. Like maybe there's like a relative that's dying.
Your job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What you guys don't know is we're about to replace you.
This is the audition.
Yep.
So it's a battle of the wits, all right?
Yeah.
Don't stop being terrible this morning. You've said about
My bits
114 terrible
fell
jokes.
so flat this morning.
So because of that, they brought these 2 in, and they are going to do a better job than us.
Well, I guess that's not hard.
So when you guys take our show, can I still stay as a third? Because let's be honest, I'm kind of the funny one.
As long as you don't try and steal the show.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's impossible.
I mean, that is impossible.
That's impossible.
I can't be a third.
Could you sit on the corner mic so
I
nobody
don't
can
know.
see you?
I don't know
No,
if I
he
can.
couldn't do that.
I can try.
No.
Nathan, do you want to trade me? Trade me. Here, let's try. Let's try. This you're gonna take Facebook, and then here's the live line. Here's YouTube. So
Okay,
you
first off-
guys run the show.
You're putting Nathan in control over there?
Give me your phone. What? Give me your phone.
Oh, dang it.
See, he did that on purpose so he could
What are
go
you
over there
talking
and
about?
play his
I don't know
stupid
what
app
you're talking
game.
about. Actually, I left my iPad over there on purpose.
Hey, question for you guys, since you both are in radio.
Right.
Wow.
Do you have co-hosts or do you work with somebody when you're on the air that doesn't pay attention or they play stupid app games
For
during
sure.
the break?
It's me.
I have.
It's you? Oh, it's me.
That was so fast.
Perfect.
You're the one?
Kindred spirits. I love everything about this.
so focused, man.
Right?
I've got all the topics down. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Nathan over here, he's just playing his games.
I love it.
Yeah.
So Nathan, what game you playing?
Contest of Champions.
such a big question.
And he always calls it show prep, but he never has.
Are you
anything
show
to
prepping on your
add.
phone?
If I'm talking about what I'm looking at on my phone, it's show prep.
Hey, speaking of the show, today's been a very big day. We have a caller right now, and I got to tell you, we have to take this phone call.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Who's this? Go ahead, caller.
Hey guys, Brit.
Hey, Brit!
Oh my
Welcome to the show! Brit Romney, everybody. She is our superhero. She's calling the morning invasion, even though she just totally squeezed that watermelon out. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling so excited that I'm holding this beautiful baby boy.
Oh, man. Okay, brown hair, brown eyes. Wait, hours old. Do you know that yet? I don't know. Yeah.
I think Jacob came out with darker hair too.
Oh, okay.
And
Means
then it
nothing.
got lighter. So
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
What
But
was the
he's
official
so-
birth time?
7:49 a.m.
You know what, Britt? Steve-O just told us like 10 minutes ago that,
I had things.
that
We had things.
you
We were
had the
talking.
baby. I was
Listen,
like, we need an update. And he's
we were-
like, oh, sorry, guys. She had it
Oh,
like
she
2
had
hours
like an hour ago. Yeah, we were talking important things like the fact that the world is in an uproar because Winnie the Pooh is pantless, you know, so
yeah,
just.
how's
Hey,
Seth
I'm-
doing?
I know other people that are pantless right now too.
Okay.
I'm not naming it.
Yeah. Tell Seth to put his pants back on.
No, dude,
Oh,
you
what?
don't.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, how is Seth doing? Okay,
Nope,
go ahead.
nope, not
go ahead.
Seth.
Go
Let
ahead,
Brit
caller.
talk. This is
It's all
her
about
moment.
you. My bad.
That's who.
Yeah, exactly. This is her
That's it.
moment. This is her moment.
Seth even there
You
anymore?
talk, Mama.
Guys, probably about an hour ago,
Mm-hmm.
Seth got admitted Seth got admitted to Presbyterian Hospital. So
Oh
if you guys
my
want to visit him, he's on the 3rd floor.
Concussion.
Just so witty.
You right?
So witty. Gosh.
Buddy
Birth ain't
knows.
no thing.
Buddy knows.
So-
What do you guys have in the studio?
Okay, so Brit, welcome, and I got to introduce you to Rebecca and Nathan. They came here from Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
They do radio out there, like real radio, and they were like, "Hey, let's come visit and hang out with our friends." And so
Mhm.
we have them in studio because we really want them to replace us because we've had a dream for some time of opening an arcade with
No,
like quarter slots.
not my dream.
And what? Okay.
No,
Hey,
not my dream.
Britt. Congratulations.
Hi, Rebecca. Thank you. Have you ever had anybody call in after they had a baby?
No, I have not. But I was really hoping you would have the baby while we were here because
Yep.
I was like, I love Britt so much, and I'd really like to come by and see the baby. So
Aw.
after the show, I know you
They're
don't know
just-
me. We're gonna stop by
they're
and
just
come
gonna
hold
go
your
straight
baby.
to-
Okay?
You know what? It was my deepest desire that Rebecca would be here while I was having a baby so that she
yeah.
could come visit my baby.
Love it. Yep.
This is amazing.
God knows the desires of our hearts.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's great.
Hey, Britt, I'm proud of you, girl.
Well-
You're so witty right now, and this is crazy.
Yeah, you sound
So,
great.
Well done.
So was this easier or harder
Okay,
than
well,
the
we don't have to
first
get into
one?
the
Was it,
logistics of it, but
you know,
Woo!
seemed like it went pretty quick.
Actually, I pushed this baby out faster than Bacon, and
Okay.
I was gonna
Bacon it was
say.
only 15 minutes. So
wow,
Man,
dude,
record
moms
time,
everywhere
man.
hate you right, now.
Right?
You realize that, right?
Seriously.
So, good job. Good job.
It's really great.
thanks. Do you guys remember what time I called when I got my epidural?
It was like at 6:20.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
6:15.
yeah, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Why?
Something like
Is it wearing off?
Yeah.
Is it wearing
I
off?
just wanted to call, and Jarrett wanted to say hello and make his first appearance on TMI.
I like the
It's
name.
incredible.
Good job on the name.
Jarrett Ryder. Are
That's
you
a
kidding
good
me?
one.
Can I call him JR? I know.
That's what Seth keeps saying. I'm like,
Okay.
no.
No, okay,
but
no,
Probably inevitable.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. I'll call him Ryder. Ryder's the coolest name.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and feel free.
Okay, Ryder it is.
So I gotta feed a kid and keep him alive.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna let you guys know.
Cool, man. All right,
Thanks,
congratulations, Britt.
Love
Love
you.
you guys.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Britt Romney, everybody.
That's right. The McVeys.
That girl is a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
She just called in after giving birth.
Right? She
Yeah.
sounded awesome.
Dude, she called in the 6 o'clock hour, like while she was in labor having contractions, like talking to us, and all of a sudden it was like, ah, and we're going, oh, breathe!
We're like, breathe.
Breathe!
We're like, breathe.
Crisis mode. We didn't know what to do, and so yeah, she is a rock star.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. Pray for Seth though. He's in the hospital.
He's
right
in the
now.
hospital, broken nose, 3
Concussion.
fingers. So
Yeah. his
I'm sure it'll
breathing
work
is,
out. Yeah. But
not
that's what
good.
happens when you're a husband. So
That is true.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true.
anyway, so back to you guys. Welcome.
Yeah. So our
Welcome
friends
to the show.
from Kansas hanging out for a few days, and so what do you think so far of Albuquerque? Is this your first time here?
Yeah, it's really dry.
Yeah.
Not a lot of green. We did see some grass last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
It
was,
was
a
really
park.
green.
Yeah.
we went to Old Town. That was pretty cool.
Right?
No, we decided
Man,
to do
you're
this.
speaking my language
Okay,
right
we
now.
decided to do the scavenger hunt. It was like
The
Okay.
scavenger
What's
hunt.
this?
I don't even know what
I
this
paid
is.
money
Very
to do this.
touristy thing.
Okay.
Yes. So we downloaded it on our smartphones, and it gave us like we had to start at this gate, and we couldn't find the gate, and
the
that was
hardest
where we had to
part.
start, and it took us forever to find it. And then we find the gate, and then you have to like find like something in the mural, and then you have to answer it on your smartphone, and you get that right, and then you get the next clue.
It actually sounds really fun.
Yeah, so there's like 17 questions, but my kids were like complaining because they just wanted ice cream.
Yeah, it's hot
And so
outside.
we
It's
kept
dry.
like passing the ice cream place, and they were like, "Can we get the ice cream?" I'm like, "You say it one more time,
Right.
and you will not get ice cream."
Yeah.
We're like, "Next clue."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You gotta
we,
earn that ice cream.
Yeah, we ended up not even finishing it because the storm was coming in, and then the kids were like, "We really want ice cream," so we're like, "Fine, let's go get ice cream." It was closed by the time we got there.
No. Welcome to Albuquerque. Everything closes down at about 8 p.m. So
Yeah, but I thought it'd be a great way to like get the history because when you get the clues, it like explains the history of stuff. No, nobody was listening.
nobody cared.
I was listening.
You were? No?
No.
Okay.
No, but
Yeah.
Nathan was the one like getting all the answers. Like
Yeah.
there was one about like statues, and we were like, it was given clues like there was a cow, and he's got like the little bubble, and I don't remember what the other words were, but we're like calcium statue. Calcium, he's like museum. I'm like,
museum.
I thought it was calcium.
Well done.
You're way off.
Well,
good job, Nathan.
Thanks. I grew up on a farm, so
Smarty pants.
I'm familiar with cow language.
It's amazing.
Oh man.
So you're going to be here today and tomorrow. Trying to think of some other things you could do. Not much. I mean, it's Albuquerque.
Stop it! I love
so,
Albuquerque. Albuquerque is awesome, guys.
We're learning a lot about New Mexican food.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
And
everywhere.
the whole,
Yes,
the
it
whole
is.
red and green, and then Christmas. You could get Christmas
Yeah.
on
That's
the
right.
side, which was kind of disappointing because I was like, you can get Christmas on the side. This is gonna be awesome. And then when I got it, I was like, well, what? Where's Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like
Yeah.
peppers like piled on the side of the plate.
Mhm. Yeah. Next time, just say smothered, and you might be a little better than just peppers on the side.
Well, apparently I am a spice wimp because I was like, could I also get a side of sour cream with that? Maybe 2 sides of sour cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, Kansas. You're from Kansas. I mean,
Tell us about
Mexican
Kansas.
restaurants are probably nothing like they are here.
Right, exactly.
Well,
I've never been there. So
Barbecue is a big thing
Flat
in
and
Kansas.
barbecue.
Flat and barbecue.
Mhm.
That's it.
Two main things.
Barbecue,
but
I
we have
can down with.
skyscrapers everywhere, and you guys don't.
No.
And so, like, we can't see the sunsets. Like, I mean, you can if you're, like, out on a farm or something.
That's why we don't have skyscrapers. It's because of the sandias.
Yeah, there's actually a city ordinance. You're not allowed to build a building taller than 4 stories because when the rains come, we stand on the roofs and pray to the gods of wind
true story.
for the aliens to return because they
No, I read
stopped
about
in
that.
Roswell.
That was in the scavenger hunt.
Yes, so they stopped
right.
in Roswell.
Yeah, last question, I
so
think it
we
was.
keep the buildings short for our forefathers, the aliens. Someday they'll return.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
That's all a lie, actually. So we just got lazy. We build things like wide and not very tall, much like the people here. What?
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That was Steve-O Jeter.
That's right. I'm from here.
That's right.
It's also way more humid in Kansas City than it is here.
Really?
Okay. Do you guys like the humidity or the
No.
dry?
I prefer humidity.
See, I do too.
Why would you like humidity? It's
I
wet,
feel
it's
like I thrive there, man. It's like I
and-
feel like my skin is so moist and
See, and
No,
I
it
don't
messes with your hair.
I don't. Well, I have curly hair, so
You do.
it helps me.
It does help you.
But I don't sweat a lot, and everybody's like, I'm swimming. I'm fine, dude. I'm perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
get,
here you're just dried out and dying.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah,
a
exactly.
California
I
raisin.
get bloody noses all the time. Ugh,
Wow.
The desert, man.
Gosh, you guys. You
Dude,
guys.
can I go home with you?
Yeah, okay.
Get a spot on the radio.
I'll leave Rebecca here.
Yeah.
You can take her spot.
Okay. There we go.
Perfect.
All right.
I was
So-
looking at the lawns though. Like you guys don't have grass.
We don't. It's
and
called
so
xeriscaping.
You don't have to mow.
Right.
Like that's amazing.
Yeah, but grass cools things down.
Okay,
so
but
we
what
have
about
rocks.
weeds? Like, is there a lot of weeds?
Yes,
Okay,
there are
never
weeds.
mind.
Yes. You've experienced the rains, so you get that.
Uh-huh.
So we get the rocks, and then our green is usually just weeds that we have to pick, like goat heads, and it's terrible. So yeah, I
Goat
prefer
heads.
grass. Yes,
Yeah.
What?
I prefer grass.
What's a goat head? Look?
Xeriscaping, seriously, it's the
It's
cheap
like a
way
spiky, little spiky ball. That,
to. Yeah, it's a.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
Well,
have
that
to show
sounds
you.
terrible.
It's
Yeah,
awful.
it's awful.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
terrible.
So
Yeah.
no, I guess we're going to Kansas City then,
Kansas City.
because
on,
it
dude.
sounds awesome.
Welcome.
Yeah. I mean, if
Okay.
you want grass, though, Northeast Heights is like, that's where the grass is at.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Northeast part of town.
Yeah.
West
Okay.
side, that
Nothing.
doesn't exist.
Nothing.
No.
So, okay, you guys came in here from Kansas. You're both in radio out there.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you guys do because, you found us. I mean, we got to go back in time for the Star
Okay.
Army members who have no idea what's going on. All of a sudden, it's like, wait, who are these amazing voiced people in studio?
Right. Okay. So I work on a radio show in Kansas City. It's a talk radio show. I have 2 co-hosts. Jonathan and Rod are their names. They're pretty awesome dudes.
John and Rod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that the name of the show? What's the name of the show?
No, it's the Jonathan Weir Show is the
Oh.
name of the show.
Okay.
However,
Do you and Rod ever get bummed out that your name's not on it?
yeah,
guys ever
we
fight?
make fun of Jonathan all the time that
Yeah?
our names aren't on the show and that he gets paid more money just because his name is on the show.
Wow.
Than we do, but I think everybody loves us more.
That's good. That's
That's
good.
usually what happens.
Actually, I
important.
know that
Yeah,
That's
the
everybody
star
loves
of the
us
show
more.
usually is the one who gets picked on the most. Usually
Wow.
they make fun of their jokes.
Yeah.
But they
You
get top
know.
billing for everything,
Get
and
top
everybody thinks that
billing.
they're the reason the show is great. So
I mean,
So here's the best
say
part. My show is in the evening, and so I'm like, I need to find a really awesome show that I can steal ideas from.
Yes.
So I sound really awesome, and so I was like researching like awesome morning shows, and I was like, Star 88, that sounds dumb, but I'm gonna look it up. And so I tuned in, and it was
at least you're honest.
And so like I listened to you guys, and then you like went on vacation for like a week after I found you, and I was like, okay, this is one of those lame shows that they only every once in a while do it. And then you came back, so every once in a while you guys are funny.
Thank you.
And I'm like, hey, that's a great thing. I should steal it. I totally do all the time. I steal your stuff, and then I go into work at evening, and we're talking like same topics you guys are talking.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, now I sound like I am spot on all the time, and I've got the best jokes because I totally stole yours.
I love all of this.
You can have all of my jokes. I mean, they're
you don't
really
necessarily
good.
want
ask permission. I just do it.
He does, yeah,
exactly.
What about you? What about you, Nathan?
So I work at 2 radio stations, one in Springfield, Missouri, and one in Kansas City.
Wow, that's a commute.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to college for a year in Springfield, Missouri, got a job there, then decided to move back to Kansas for other job opportunities. And Springfield was like, hey, we have a station there. You can just do this remotely. And so I work at one station in Kansas City, working in Springfield.
Nathan's really confusing. His jobs are confusing.
And then I drive 12 minutes to a different radio station, which is like a secular music station. I just do weekends there, though I think somebody's about to quit.
We were looking at that last night. Things might be moving up here pretty soon.
Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, and it's all music, so I don't get to talk very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's probably for the best.
Well, we went. So yesterday we all went to lunch, and I'm like, Nathan's got great radio voice. I'm glad he got to say 8 words.
Yeah, he just kind of sat there.
He got to hang out, and Rebecca really got to talk.
And that's usually that's the entire relationship.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
Yeah.
So I understand what that's like. I've got a friend who just won't.
I have a friend like
won't
that too.
stop. Won't stop talking. Can't stop. Won't stop.
We're very similar. I'm like you. I'll just sit there and just like soak it all in. And my friend that I'm talking about, he just never lets me talk, really. I mean, so I just kind of give up.
Speaking of, there's one bit that you'll never be able to steal that I think we need to do, actually.
Cheaters Hotel?
No, it is Friday, and there's a very special guest who hasn't been on in a very long time. That's probably not the guest, but like, but I because I was going to call them, and then I think you may know. I think you may know. But go ahead, answer the phone since you already answered.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
You think you know, but you don't know.
You don't know. It's Buck. Starts with a B.
Hi, Buck.
Hi. How are you guys?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. I figured I would call and say hello and introduce myself, being one of the only Kansas City Chiefs fans in the city of Albuquerque.
That's true.
I'm hoping that you guys would be numbers 2 and 3.
Okay.
Well, we're planning on being numbers 1 and 2, but do you want to be 3?
No. Also, I'm 3.
Yeah.
So this is probably going to be a seniority thing because when I was a child, I live in Excelsior Springs, Missouri, which is right outside of Kansas City.
Yeah.
And I think I probably have a few years on you.
Okay.
So then I would be number 1, and then, it goes by age, so then you guys can be 2 and 3.
Which is really weird because every time Dex talks about you, he refers to you as number 2.
Exactly. I was going to say, you're used to being number 2 all the time. So,
or other variations of that.
That's not what Bill May said yesterday when I was talking to him.
Oh, dang.
Who's that?
Okay. No
Who's
clue.
Bill May?
No clue.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, Dex knows. That's a little inside thing. But call me later and we'll talk about that.
Oh, did that job opportunity open?
Well, great, man. That's cool.
Job opportunities open. Gosh.
Okay, cool.
What's wrong with you guys?
All right.
Okay.
That's
well,
cool.
Good. That's good. That's great.
All right, man.
Yeah. I just wanted to call and introduce myself to your guests. That's all.
Yeah, they
Buck,
heard a
we
lot
love
about
you. We think you're hilarious.
Okay. They clearly.
Why, thank you. Thank you very much.
We told,
See,
we shared.
what?
Yeah, go ahead, caller.
You have okay, quit calling me caller, first of all. And secondly, you know what? Your guests are wise. Good for them.
Yes, they are very wise.
Very bibiblical.
Yep.
Wisdom.
Good for them.
Yep.
There we
Good
go.
for them.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
All right.
calling, caller. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, you know what? If you call me caller again when I see you again, something's going to happen.
Oh, man.
All right. Well,
It's okay. Okay.
Gotta go.
Something's going to happen.
See you, buddy.
Hey, oh my gosh, did you just hang up on Buck?
I just hung up.
You're
on
the
him.
worst of humanity.
Sorry, my
That's all
trigger
right.
finger.
That's all right.
We got to call somebody, Buck. I'm sorry. There's somebody a little more important than you.
Dang.
And that's very true.
This is very true. Guys, it is back to school time. And for all the back to school tips, we have to call the professional. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hello.
I can't hear you. I'm like...
Huh?
He
I think I need to turn the volume up because I can't hear you very well.
Oh, we have to turn. Can you turn the microphones up?
Yep.
You can't hear us very well. Hello.
Yep.
Check 1, 2. Caller, are you there? Are you there, Brody?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
There
Well,
we go.
Brody, it is back to school time. It is Power Ranger Party Horn Friday, and we thought no greater child to call and get recommendations for school than you. You are gearing up to go to kindergarten.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. When preparing for kindergarten, in your mind, what is the number one thing that you are getting ready for when it comes to going back to school?
I don't know.
You're what?
You don't know?
Yes.
Oh.
So, anything in particular you're looking forward to in returning to said school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Cool.
is going so well.
One word answers. This is good for radio.
He's
This is
just
great for
getting-
radio.
Needs so
Brody,
much
what do
better
you
at
want to
radio.
talk about?
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, of course. It is
Yeah,
Power Ranger.
Power Rangers.
It is Power Ranger Party Horn Friday.
right.
We
Go
haven't done
ahead.
it in a while.
Go ahead,
okay.
caller.
So, what about the Power Rangers? What are we talking about today?
Well, there's this bad guy named Trapstar, and he does traps, but he has, like, saw hands.
He's got saw hands, but he does traps. Wait, how does he build traps if he has saw hands?
Because if he, like, finds something, he, like, has hands on the side of the saws. So he just grabs it up and puts it, like, on a vine and makes it X. And if someone is, like, standing on the X, they get smashed. But every time they go, they don't get smashed. But Trapstar always is the one who gets hit by his own trap.
Oh, see, that's why. Yeah, that's why you don't want to be the bad. Okay,
Go ahead, caller.
So when, like, the power over in the X, and then he goes over there, and it just hits his head.
Wow.
Okay.
You like it when people get hurt.
Well, I mean, when the bad guy gets hurt. Because
Well, yeah, the bad
so
guy.
what I'm hearing is a life lesson you've learned this summer is don't set traps for other people because you will get ensnared by them yourself, and the Power Rangers will always find a way to escape.
Yeah, because they will, like, do it.
They'll see right through it.
Attack, because every time he gets hit by his own trap, he makes it, ooh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and then they, like, see him, and then they, like, strike.
Okay. So he gets hit by his own trap, and then the Power Rangers beat him up. Okay, but is that let's ask this question. This is a real question, son. Is that the best way to go about dealing with your enemies? Beating them while they're down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, sure.
Okay. I guess so. I mean,
Man, you
kick
just-
them when they're down, when they're vulnerable, when they're at their most vulnerable.
You're just like your father.
Punch them in the face.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What other life lessons did you learn this summer from Power Rangers?
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the Power Ranger Zord.
Yes,
You
he
have the
does have
sword?
he does have the sword. Yes. Yes, he does.
Don't go to Sam's house.
It's like 5 Power Rangers that turn in, like, to a giant one of them.
Yeah, it's like the
They can,
Megazord.
like,
Gotcha.
combine into Dino Charge Megazord or Ninja Steel Megazord.
And so why, of all of the things, you've grown up with Ninja Turtles, you've grown up with Power Rangers, you've grown up with Transformers, of all of the toys and all of the cool characters in your life, why are Power Rangers your favorite?
Because I like the Zords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because they, like, can bind.
Brody.
The Dinosaurus
Yes, go ahead.
Megazord is like Dinosaurus Megazord is like 3 dinosaurs that can bind.
Wow.
It's Dino Charge Megazord.
Hey, Brody. Brody. Okay, go ahead, caller.
What?
This is Dex. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Question for you.
What?
Well, actually, I need to let you in on something.
Oh, okay.
When you start kindergarten, you're not allowed to play with Power Rangers anymore.
I still like them.
Yeah, but you can't play with them.
I feel like if sell them, I'm still going to play with them.
That's right. He's still going to play with them. You know why?
Why?
Rebel.
Rebel,
bro.
You're just like your father.
He is. That's right.
You're just
hey,
like your
Hey,
father.
but go ahead.
What? My favorite Transformer is like Hot Rod because I like
just
have
keeps
the
going.
toy Hot Rod.
That's right.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like the toy Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we
And
gotta go
yesterday they actually announced that the original Transformers the movie is returning to theaters for one night only because all of the grown-ups now have the money to pay for things, and so I have to say the marketing of Life is really intelligent at this point because we're going to be going to see an 80s movie in the theaters.
Ooh.
Ah, I know.
Guess what?
What?
Remember Mama Boston Race Car game?
Yes.
And I wanted to buy the Power Ranger game.
Yes.
I still want to buy it.
Yeah. He wanted to buy a video game, but his mother, not his father, his mother said, "Sorry, Brody, we're spending all this video game money so I can buy Burnout Paradise on the Xbox."
Yes.
And so she did that and just watched him weep and say, "But I want Power Rangers." And she said, "Too bad, kid." And I was like, dang. It's crazy.
Well, thank you so much, Brody, for being a part of the show, talking Power Rangers.
Biggest life lesson we learned, don't ever put an X when you're trying to set a trap for your friends because then they'll know that it's a trap. And so you never, ever let in on the fact that you're actually setting traps for your friends. I think that's the lesson Brody told us. So, yep. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Have a great day, kiddo. I love you.
Love you too, Daddy.
All right.
Bye, Brody.
So adorable.
Bye.
Brody,
Listen.
you're such a good kid.
Listen, I don't want to say that I have the greatest 5-year-old in existence, but I mean, maybe second to Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because
Oh my
Jesus was
gosh,
at one
he's
time
so
5
cute.
years old.
Yeah.
And so I'm willing to bet he was quite hilarious and great and built Power Zord things out of wood because he was a carpenter, you know?
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it just Brody he just likes to keep talking and keep going, and then you try to get off the phone with him, and it's all
I don't want to do it.
yeah. I
get
know.
off the phone.
I can't
bro.
imagine where he
just
got
hang
that
up,
from.
dude.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, somebody on Facebook said, "Baby Steve-O is hilarious." It's true. This is like what Steve-O is. This is it.
Well, the best part is
we get to
so
see it.
I have 3 sons, and Jack, I always say, is like me, Steven. Luke is like Chrissy, and Brody is this weird incarnation of Steve-O, the Morning Invasion character, because he's insane and hilarious. So, yeah, good job, kid.
Good job.
Follow him on YouTube at. I'm just kidding.
Seriously, you
I
could be
can't
making
do that
YouTube
yet.
money, bro.
And so here's the thing. Here's the big question. He's 5, right? And so, I've been approached before, like grocery stores, out in public, whatever. I've seriously had fans come up and ask if they can take a picture with Brody.
I mean, Brody's
Like, not
pretty
me and
adorable.
Brody. He's
a
pretty
little
amazing.
bit of a bigger deal than you are.
And so I'm like, oh, okay. And so I'm like taking pictures for listeners of my son and them, and I'm not in the photo, and I'm just going, this is weird.
Think about it, man.
This is child
What's the
exploitation.
number one thing people watch on YouTube?
Children talking, and
It's either babies or cats or
no,
dogs.
for real.
But
Like
how does Brody
pets.
feel about it? Does he like when
Oh,
people
he
come up to him?
loves
He's a
it.
superstar.
Okay, you can make money off your kid then.
I know. He wants to be in movies, and seriously, he talks about this all of the time.
I
And
mean,
I'm
that's
like,
every
I don't
parent's
know.
dream,
I mean,
right? To
that's-
be able to cash in on your own kid.
Here's
you
the
would
thing.
think so,
Here's
but
the
I'm like
thing.
so weird
Steve
about it.
will allow Luke to follow his dream.
Oh,
but when it comes to
snap.
Brody, I don't know, man. It's kind of
You know, sometimes that youngest one, you want to hold on to that just a little bit longer.
kindergarten,
I want
man.
him to
He's
be
already in
innocent
kindergarten.
and not turn 18 and sue me for all the money. Home Improvement. I've seen how it goes when your child becomes a star. Yeah. Maybe we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm glad we got to do that.
Yeah.
It had been a while. I hadn't even thought about it until yesterday at lunch. Rebecca said, I haven't heard Brody in a really long time.
Yeah,
and it was like,
I love Brody. He makes my Wednesdays better.
he's pretty much the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay.
All right.
Good job. Good job, 5-year-old.
We're hanging out with Nathan and Rebecca. They're from Kansas. They drove 13 hours to just come and hang with us.
You guys
Just to hang with you
don't
guys.
have radio names. We need to come up with radio names. You guys have real names.
The Naderator.
The Naderator?
Is that your name, bro? Is that what you
No,
use?
That's what they called me back in the day.
Better Nathan Never. That's his name.
Oh, man.
No, please.
Dude, I love it. Drinking that Naderade, man. That's so great.
With electric lights?
Yes, yes, that's right. Woo!
All right, you
This is
guys
good.
can chime in. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88 FM. You guys can also call us when we come back. 505-338-3700. And the live line, you can text in. What's that number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
Anybody say anything on Facebook or YouTube there, Nathan? Naderade? Excuse me?
My parents are on Facebook right now.
Oh!
I'm avoiding it.
We got the text line. See, I don't even have to do my job today. I love all of this. Just going to hang out over here.
Nope, stay after,
play video
stay
games.
after
What?
game.
Huh? Okay.
All right, we're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Whether at home or in the workplace, we're all leaders. Become a better leader in this leadership moment with Andy Stanley.
After we repeat the same mistake a few times and suffer the same consequences, we ask ourselves this all-important question: when will I learn? When will I learn? When will I learn? And this is a really important question. And the reason it's so important is because of this word right here, I. Because the common denominator in all of your mistakes is you. You follow yourself around. Wherever you go, there you are. In your greatest regrets, there you are. And for some reason, you simply don't learn as quick sometimes in the areas that matter most as you do in the areas that matter least. So, again, for years and years and years, I sit around and I watch these things happen. I watch people make mistakes. And my thing is this, and I say this all the time, life has enough unavoidable pain. I mean, if every one of your decisions was perfect, you're still going to have pain in life.
That was Andy Stanley on a Star 88 Leadership Moment. Hear more at andystanley.com. Founding Father James Madison once said, "The future and success of America is not in this Constitution, but in the laws of God upon which this Constitution is founded." That's a solar flare on Star 88.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, over and over again. Going right back to the start, starting from where we begin. And I don't wanna be your friend, I just wanna be in love. And even if I'm chasing you is good enough. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. Fit, I throw a fit, and I leave you alone. And I don't wanna be your love, and I just wanna be your love. And even if I'm chasing you, no matter what, I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time, and no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose you. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose mine.
Here is a star PowerPoint from Billy Graham.
We're just going to shut up and let him preach it.
Now, there are several great words on the power and value of the blood around which the music of the angelic host in this 5th chapter of Revelation is gathered. The first word is redemption. Redemption. For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things such as silver and gold, but with the precious blood of Christ, a lamb without blemish. You go to a pawn shop, and articles of value are placed for a loan. A time limit is set, and the failure of the borrower to reimburse with interest, the pawn shop automatically releases the article to the public. And any person putting up that amount required is able to buy out of the pawn that article. And this is called redemption. Redemption. We redeem it out of the pawn shop. Now, the Bible teaches that we as a human race are in the pawn shop of the devil. And by disobedience, we're enslaved and spiritually under his authority, unable to redeem ourselves. And Christ died on the cross and paid the price for our salvation and redeemed us by the giving of his own blood.
Star 88, Star PowerPoint.
What's going on in the news today?
The nation's intel chiefs voicing concerns about Russian interference in upcoming U.S. elections.
This threat is not going away.
Car chase suspect outside Houston allegedly opening fire on authorities before fleeing to his grandmother's home, barricading himself inside that daycare. Children were pulled to safety through windows, and after a 5-hour ordeal, the suspect did surrender.
Ivanka Trump speaking today about her father's zero-tolerance immigration policy.
That was a low point for me, and I am very vehemently against family separation.
The concern over extreme weather in the east tonight. 35 million under flash flood watches this evening from Georgia all the way up to New England.
Ohio State star coach Urban Meyer is on paid leave as investigators look into allegations he knew about but did not report, accusations of domestic abuse against a former assistant coach.
An exploding firework injures one person after it's tossed onto a bar patio in North Carolina.
Apple tonight is worth $1 trillion. The tech giant founded by Steve Jobs becomes the first publicly traded company worth $1 trillion.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Dex and Steve-O.
That's right.
Live from the Dream Star Remodeling, Star 88 Studios. Hanging out with our friends Rebecca and Nathan from Kansas.
Hey.
Yeah, they both do radio up in Kansas, and they drove 13 hours to hang out in the hot Albuquerque, New Mexico sun.
Just to hang out with you guys.
This is crazy cool.
And the rest of the Starmy.
I'm really glad you guys didn't murder us and wear our skin.
Yeah,
I was a little nervous.
You know, we thought about it, and then we decided not to.
That's good.
Yep.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Dex was like, "Hey, we got some friends coming in. I've been talking to them on Facebook, and they're gonna come in. They listen to us from Kansas, and they're driving 13 hours to take us to lunch." And I'm like, "But did you ask them first if they want to murder us?"
Oh no,
they'll be honest because they're fans, and they gotta be honest.
Yeah.
He didn't even ask you guys.
I'm very trusting.
No,
he is so
and
trusting.
I was trying really hard not to be creepy when I was talking to him. And,
Right.
And so I didn't want to come straight out and be like, hey, I'd really like to wear your skin.
Right.
Yeah. I thought I'd wait till I got here.
Yeah, be on the morning show.
It's like, yes, that's not the opening line. That's good.
Yeah.
See, you've got this down.
But you did start with, hey, I'm not a psycho.
Yeah, I did.
But would a
and
psycho
that helped because
start
then you
with
were like,
Oh,
I thought you were going to be a
man.
psycho. Okay, now I know.
Gosh.
Now it's totally cool.
Yeah.
If that's the first line, you know they mean well.
Exactly. And if they happen to say like, I'm a time traveler or something,
Right.
like
Stop
what?
it.
Oh, sorry. Inside. Never mind.
Gosh, man.
I mean, I'm just real life, guys.
Yeah,
real life. You
real
know?
life. That's what happens.
Someone says they're a time traveler.
Shut up, Dex.
Yeah,
Gosh. Moving on.
I don't know, man.
Moving on.
No, I got a restraining order. It's cool.
Okay.
Isn't that what those are for? What?
Guys, what is happening?
I'm glad you're here because you guys are bragging about all these great features you have on your radio show.
Yeah, we're going to steal them all.
Oh, man. Steve and I have so many great
ideas,
great bits that we do on our show. We give away so much stuff to the Starmy every day. It's like the greatest, we have the greatest radio show ever, which is why you guys traveled 13 hours.
Yeah.
And then in turn it finds out you guys actually have a real show with real bits, and we're like, oh, we're stealing all of your stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We help each other.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, since you guys traveled all the way down, we pull out the Samson DVDs. Bro.
Oh, what?
Okay. What? You got a Samson?
Pull out the Samson DVDs, bro.
That's
pull them out. Here we go.
Are you kidding me?
Yep. We got Samson
Can
on
we hang
DVD.
out and watch this together?
No,
Movie night.
it's terrible.
Down, dude.
It's the worst.
All right,
Oh, man.
we have a game we play all the time.
All the time, guys.
And I love the name of this feature, this game that we do.
That we do all the time.
It's called True or False.
Okay.
I think I played that.
Wait,
before.
I've never heard you guys play this before.
Well, we play it all the time.
Couldn't make up a better phrase, huh?
We play it all the time.
Yeah.
And here's what it's all about. All right, here's how you play the game. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a topic. Okay. Today's topic is on holidays, and I'm going to give you a holiday, and you just have to tell me if it's true or false.
Okay.
It's
this
so
sounds
easy, but super complicated.
Okay, but there's no explanation. Like nobody's gonna give a dissertation on why this is actually a real holiday. Or I hear tell that Rebecca's really good at improv.
I can make stuff up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys, you changing the game on me now,
Yeah,
bro?
I just kind of I
Are
thought
you changing
maybe,
the game?
I mean, true or false is
You
what are we in
changing
middle
the
school?
form- we've been playing this
All right.
for how many years
The game
now?
is called Truth or Dare. Dex, I dare you to make out with me. What? Sorry.
Dump that.
That's, okay.
Producer, dump that.
What? That's why you played the
I
game.
I think it's time to go.
Yeah, they just
man,
left.
what time- what
Our
time is
Kansas
it?
friends left.
We
Sorry,
gotta
we got
ride
too
the
real.
tram.
Sorry, I forgot. Bible Belt, Midwest.
God.
We can't do.
Yeah, right? Seriously,
My bad.
man.
My bad. This is why we got canceled in Missouri. Okay. All right.
Yep.
I don't even know what make out means.
Whoa. Nathan. Man. Well, I mean, how old are you, Nathan? You're seriously 22 or 23?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. We'll go with it.
Okay, good. 19?
I love it.
37.
37?
17.
We
Yeah.
were, Steve
That's
and I
when I
were,
was born.
Steve and I were we were
Time
off the air,
traveler.
or before you came in, we're like,
He's
I
got to
think
be
he said
23.
22 or 23, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Turn
Nathan's got a
22 in a
birthday
week.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll
You got a
be
birthday coming?
22 years old.
That is crazy.
Yeah, almost
I'm
old enough
so
to rent a car.
Jealous of your beard, man. At 22, I would kill for that beard.
I
No.
forget
Not
how
really. I
old
don't
he
want to
is.
wear
It's
your
the
beard.
product of laziness.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. It's a good beard.
See, I look at Nathan, I'm like, no, he's older. And so I forget there's a big age difference between us. And then he opens his mouth. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's 22 years old.
Big age difference.
She's so old, guys.
Old enough to be my mom.
And that's true. It's true.
All right, so let me give you one of these holidays, all right?
All right.
And Rebecca,
Yeah.
you have to try to guess if it's true or false.
Now
if it's
changing
real.
the game.
But also,
you're gonna be that
Okay.
they're all real. I'm gonna be that they're all fake, and we give the reasons why. And then Nathan has to tell us which one of us is telling the truth.
Okay.
okay, sure.
We
I
got
mean,
this?
I thought you were gonna try to tell us what you think the holiday was, but I mean,
Okay. I mean that's a good one too.
so I just came up with that idea. all
That's
by
a good
myself.
idea.
I
Yeah, you
mean,
just made
I
that up
never-
on the fly?
Never.
Improv.
I haven't stole that from anybody.
Yeah, no, totally, totally our bit. Totally our
All right,
bit.
here's your first one.
Okay.
National. Don't look over here. National Bad Poetry Day.
Oh, dude.
Real or fake?
Well, National Bad Poetry Day. This is definitely a real holiday.
Really?
Yeah. This happened when people couldn't remember the Shakespearean, poetry,
Sonnets.
and they're supposed to be reciting it, and so they just came up with things to say, just
Right. Like
so
this
they
bit.
can get by,
Yeah.
so they
Right.
could sound really smart.
Yeah.
An entire town caught on to this.
Yes.
And so they established it as National Bad Poetry Day. just to make themselves look smarter.
It's the origin of fake it till you make it.
That's right. That's right. Actually, National Bad Poetry Day is not a real holiday.
Really?
It sounds like it would be real because there's a lot of poetry going around that is not legit. However,
Fake news.
art is subjective, right? So is there really such a thing as, quote, bad poetry? Because it's all in the eye of the beholder, and that poet wrote that down, and they know it. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, this is real. So no. Poets would never, ever mock other poets because it's an all-inclusive, accepting society.
Yes.
What say you, Nathan?
Do I have to agree with the definition?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is
Rebecca.
it real? What?
Yeah, it's real.
It's real?
I think it's real.
You think it's real?
There's a lot of
gotta
bad
be real.
poetry.
But, I mean, define bad poetry.
Roses are red. Violets are blue.
That's right.
Drink 12 cups of coffee. You're gonna have to go.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Oh, man.
Okay, fine. There's bad poetry in the world. There's bad poetry. Is it real?
Yeah, that's real.
Oh, okay.
That's real. Yeah. And I could also say, Rebecca, you nailed it because here it says it's not clear why it exists. So I think you nailed
I
it.
just told you why it
There you go. I mean,
she
you
just
did.
she just went on a rant that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Much like the holiday.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Real or fake holidays? Wiggle Your Toes Day.
Okay.
Wiggle Your Toes Day. Is that real or fake?
Oh, Wiggle Your Toes Day. That is definitely real. You know, because these days,
yes,
people are sitting
a lot
all the time.
That's right.
And it's important to promote wiggling your toes to get the circulation going, especially in the office environment.
Right.
And so this is actually, you know, this national holiday is actually to promote health.
Oh.
You don't want to get blood clots. And if you wiggle your toes, that helps keep the blood moving.
Is that real?
This is
And your
very,
toes?
very important.
Okay. But your toes are really like the end of your body.
Yeah,
so it
also
doesn't
activates your brain,
circulate
keeps your brain
anything.
awake, keeps you alert, and this is a pretty big deal.
good.
Everybody
All right.
wiggle your toes today.
Yes. Wiggle Your Toes Day.
Dang, dude, you're really good at this. I don't even have a rebuttal because I now agree that Wiggle Your Toes Day has to be real for that very
Who
reason.
is not wiggling their toes right now?
I really did wiggle my toes when you started saying that.
Start to feel like you're falling asleep, wiggle those toes.
Mine
Get
never
right up.
stop. Mine never stop.
Gosh. Okay, you know, I'm not even going to give a rebuttal because I think it's real.
Oh.
But is it real?
I don't think it's real.
Really?
I don't think it is.
Nathan's calling a bluff on this
All
one.
right. Wiggle Your Toes Day is real.
Oh!
It is real. Sorry, Nathan.
But why is it real?
Was I
like,
correct?
why was it created?
It's next Monday.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it's kind of like a take pride in your toes day.
I hate toes so
Pretty much what I just
Yours
said.
was way better. Yours
Spirit
was like
toes,
promoting
spirit toes.
health
Okay.
and well-being.
Spirit toes.
Okay.
No spirit toes?
Okay. Okay.
A lot of people are freaked out by toes.
I hate them.
Have you ever seen Steven Tyler's toes?
I have
What?
I've never seen
Oh,
it.
you need
Can
to
you
check out
Google
his
that?
toes.
Steven Tyler.
They
I'm sorry.
they're
I'm gonna
like
Google that.
fingers. Like he's got fingers for toes.
I mean, he's got
Don't
fingers.
Google that.
I'm Googling
Like
it.
he could probably
Steven
eat a
Tyler.
good meal with those toes.
Wow.
type on the computer.
All right,
Yeah.
let's see here.
Steven Tyler toes.
Oh, my gosh.
That can't be real.
He's wiggling
Those are
those
his toes. Okay, I got a
When he
question
wiggles
for
his
you,
toes,
Rebecca.
he's like waving goodbye.
How do you know about his toes?
We like to on my show we like
Yes.
to look up different weird things about celebrities. Like
Okay.
Tom Cruise, have you seen the
The
middle
teeth?
tooth?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like
It's
way
weird.
offline.
It's weird.
It's
Oh
not
my
centered.
Gosh, yeah.
He can cross his toes like I cross my fingers.
This man can never make a promise because he's always crossing
Yeah.
his toes.
Right? That's right. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Nathan,
Crossies
well
do
done.
not apply to Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Gosh.
All right, we're doing real or fake holidays. Next
I love
up,
this.
real or fake?
Okay.
National Hug a Guy Named Daryl Day.
Oh, good old Daryl. Everybody knows one, right?
Everybody-
Right?
Of
Everybody's got a
course.
Daryl in
You
there.
ever
right?
met my brother Daryl?
Is
My
your-
other brother Daryl.
Oh, man.
Okay, this has got to be real because everybody knows a Daryl. Who doesn't know a Daryl?
I mean,
And the other thing about Daryls, I think it's because their name is so common. They get depressed easily.
Yeah, probably. They just feel like they don't have any.
Yeah.
Because their parents named
no
them
individuality.
Right.
So many Daryls.
And hugs would really help encourage Daryls.
They go a long way.
Yeah.
However, I actually don't know any Daryls. I'm like, do I know a Daryl? Oh, wait, yes, I do. I know a Daryl. Gosh, we all know a Daryl.
We all do.
I'm going to say this is fake simply because when I heard this term Daryl, I immediately thought of The Walking Dead. He's a very trendy, popular character right now, and it sounds like something somebody would make up to try and get like a fake holiday going, like, ooh, hug a Daryl day. It's totally real, but really they're playing on your Walking Dead heartstrings. Therefore, this is a totally made-up holiday.
Nathan?
I think this was made up by somebody named Daryl.
Wait, so does that mean it's real?
I think it's real.
You think it's real?
I think there's just a
dude
guy named Daryl
Daryl.
who's like, I ain't got a hug.
I just
in
need a
while."
hug. I just need to
You
hug.
guys know it's the law, right? It's National Hug a Guy Named Daryl Day.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's me, bro. Daryl.
Well, National Hug a Guy Named Daryl Day is not real.
Poor Daryl.
I'm bad at this game.
Poor Daryl.
Gosh, dang it, Daryl.
All right, let's see. We'll do one more here. National Don't Brush Your Teeth Day.
Oh, please.
All right. So this is definitely a real holiday. National Don't Brush Your Teeth Day.
It's also made up by Daryl.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This actually promotes good dental health because every once in a while, if you take a break from brushing your teeth, it builds up the minerals in your saliva, which actually helps to eat the bacteria, thus giving you cleaner, healthier gums.
Yeah, kind of like you don't want to wash your hair every day, right?
Right. So everybody needs to take a break from brushing your teeth from time to time to promote this, healthy buildup of the minerals that help actually get the plaque away.
I think this was invented by a guy who has to get up really early in the morning for, say, I don't know, a morning show or something. And in the morning, sometimes you wake up late and there's no time.
Like you did yesterday.
You have one choice, okay? You've got time for deodorant or brushing your teeth,
he did
okay?
not brush his teeth
and God
yesterday.
invented gum for such a day as this because you can put deodorant on, because it's good to smell good. But if you don't have time to brush your teeth, you can pop in a stick of gum. Therefore, National Don't Brush Your Teeth Day is for people like me. I mean, people that have early morning jobs who just don't have time every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that we want to promote the fact that it's okay to not brush your teeth.
Wow.
Once in a while. No?
Keeps going.
All right. I think it's real.
Okay, Nathan?
Oh, gosh. I hope this is fake.
You hope it's fake.
I hope this is fake.
National Don't Brush Your Teeth Day is
Please.
fake.
Oh,
Good job, Nathan. Good job.
There
You
is
won.
a God.
I was getting sweaty.
There is a God.
Good job. Way to go.
I totally brushed my teeth yesterday. Yeah,
when you
just wanna
got
say,
home from work.
Just gotta say that.
Nathan's famous for running late on morning shows.
Okay, yeah.
And he brings his toothbrush with him.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
smart. There you go.
You got a backpack? Toss it
There
in
you
there.
go.
Don't
There
worry
you go.
about the germs inside the backpack.
Amazing. See, that's promoting good hygiene, man.
Good hygiene.
Well done. Well done.
Dude, and thank you so much for coming down here and wanting to
I'm like bummed
hang out
this
with
is
us.
it. That was a really fun
I know,
hour.
wait,
was.
this is it? I
know.
thought we were the number 1 and 2.
I'll be moving to Kansas. You guys, the new hosts take over starting Monday.
Right? Our friends from Kansas, Rebecca and Nathan. Dude, it was fun hanging out with you guys.
Been a blast.
And you'll
It
be here a
has.
couple more days, so enjoy your time. And have a safe trip back to Kansas.
I know.
All right?
We're gonna have to do some like cross promotion stuff. Get you guys on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
We could do like host swap.
Maybe not John
Can
Rod.
that be like a whole new thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to hang out.
Host swap.
I want to hang out with J-Rod. Come on.
With J-Rod.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, Starmy, have a beautiful weekend. If you missed any of the shows this week, iTunes, SoundCloud, Star88.fm, also Facebook and YouTube Live at Star88.fm. We'll see you on Monday.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
Evangel Christian Academy is a private school that is Christ-centered for tomorrow's leaders. With affordable tuition